searching begins. Find yourself within. Take up your blade. Let the fears within fade. Stories are told as the die roll. Don't be afraid. Make your destiny will find you in me. Friends at your side, may the group with pride. Try as you might, you now live to fight. Monster nor foe can fill you with woe. Enemies in sight, it's time to roll dice. Roll for initiative. Check, please.
Hello, checkers and pleasers. How are we doing tonight? It's good to see everyone.
Yeah.
Hello, hello.
Hello, everyone.
Very spicy tonight, both because
Indeed.
of game and
Oh,
because
boy.
of birth.
Well, welcome to Check Please, the D&D live show. I'm your DM Beardy, and down here are my lovely players.
Hello, my name is Keni. I play Risen the Fateweaver.
Hello, everyone. I'm Foaly, and I play Kurla, the Half-Orc Life Oracle.
And I'm Xeno. I play Vera, the Swarmonger.
Howdy, howdy. I'm Skrewy, and I play Petravian, the Paladin of Eden and Mellifera.
And I'm Grem, and I play Lovette, the little one.
And with that, let's roll. So last time, the party managed to help save a few hundred of the downtrodden within the Pinterest estates by using healing magic from Kurla and Petravian. And while they deliberated on how best to resolve the situation in the city, Riz decided to go off on their own and perform a sacrifice to Terrace. So,
What did that sacrifice entail exactly, Beardy? Just to remind our viewers?
Just to remind the viewers, it might have been a little murder that might have taken place of 15 innocent people in an alleyway. You know, nothing major. So after that sacrifice to Terrace was performed, Terrace did confirm one of their suspicions about something that God had said earlier. The next morning, however, the group traveled into the quarantine zone using the sewers, managing to evade the swarms on the surface, and infiltrate the Vianney estate. So, either to destroy the hive or to talk to it remains to be seen. So currently, they're in the Vianney estate, and we open on the morning of the 28th of September.
So
Petravian.
Petravian is in front of that door.
You reach forward, you grab hold of that handle, and you turn the knob, you push the door open, and what you see inside is a strange zombie-looking creature on the other side of the room. It's bipedal, humanoid, looks like a human at one time. However, it's covered in these strange bumps and welts all over its body. Like part of it has been partially chewed away. Also in the room, you see a vast amount of devastation. You see destroyed furniture, knocked over chairs, you see what might have at one time been like a stage or perhaps a feast hall was this room. But now it is just in tatters. And all of the various bits of junk that could be lifted have been moved up to the ceiling, where there is an enormous hive. It reminds you of the one back in the Temple of Mellifera, but this one is a bit more chaotic looking. Are you familiar with like the ants that live in the savannah that kind of build, the termites even, that build like those tall towers? It looks kind of like that, but upside down and stuck to the ceiling.
Shit's rad.
So it seems to pulse with life, and you feel this thrum of insects, buzzing and moving, and it sort of suffuses your soul. Like you can feel them, you can feel the energy radiating off of this hive. As you open that door, that zombie thing, that person, is going to turn toward you and is going to emit a low growl and begin to kind of hobble toward you. What would you like to do?
Question.
Mhm.
I'm not sure if it's relevant, but how is the zombie dressed? Like,
I mean, most of its clothing is in tatters at this point.
Okay.
So it's hard to tell exactly what it was wearing. It's possible it was wearing servant's clothes. It's possible it was wearing noble's clothes. At this point, there's no real difference.
Just making sure. What the fuck are you doing, Discord? I'm sorry. Just making sure it wasn't a clue.
Yeah.
Well, Petra, what you gonna do?
When they come for you.
Zomboys, zomboys.
What you gonna do?
Ouch.
Okay, so Petravian will look at this individual, and I'm quickly running through what spells I might have to see if I can connect it all with what this thing is, and I don't think I have anything.
Okay.
Before we get into, we're not rolling into initiative yet. Correct?
He's just stumbling towards us.
Stumbling towards us.
I'm giving you the option to do something.
Oh,
before things degrade into
You wanna
combat.
talk to the zombie?
What would you like to do, Petra?
First, I look up and see if there's perception check to see if there's any. How many on the ceiling there might, if I can see any up there, or see what I see up into the ceiling.
A lot?
How many what?
Yeah,
Sorry,
what?
not zombies, but to see if there's any larger sized insects up in that area.
I mean, they're all regular sized insects.
Okay.
There's just like a billion of them.
Yeah, it's a big ass hive.
Yeah. None of the bugs themselves are huge. They're just
Insects.
very, very
Be
numerous.
respectful
Oh.
of Vera's religion.
Nope. Nope. If anybody's going to make fun of Vera's religion, it's going to be me.
Oh, we're done calling it a cult? Sorry.
They're not mutually
I
exclusive.
I
So,
try
Petravian,
to.
Your perception check of 12 does not reveal to you any additional information.
Okay. I try to commune with, as it's trying to hobble towards me, I try to commune with Mellifera to see what, to describe what I'm seeing in front of me, and is this part of your, could your power have done this to this person?
Okay.
And I'm guessing.
So, while you are communing with Mellifera, it hobbles across the room and attacks you.
Okay.
So, it moves across the room, and it's going to make a single swing at you to start combat.
Okay.
All right. Interesting. Okay. Petravian, you are struck for 17 points of damage.
Okay.
From a zombie just coming in with a slam attack as it hobbles across the room, smacks into you.
With that
Jesus.
noise.
With that noise, yes.
Ow!
It's more like an open hand slap on metal, but it's enough that the bludgeon was kind of
Comes
hit you a
through.
little bit under the collar there. Lovette, you have initiative.
Oh shoot! I wasn't hoping that I did. I think I
You
might
could-
want to delay then.
You can delay. Where would you like to be?
I'm gonna. So I gotta ask, what is Petra doing, like physically, visually? Is there any
I mean,
visual
he's
feedback?
communing with Mellifera, so he's probably
Right.
praying to himself.
I mean,
under
I'm
his
throwing
breath.
this at
The-
Skrewy. Like, is there
what do you
anything
call it?
that shows
Well-
us that you're like?
Yeah, it would be my arm. The amber arm would be glowing a little bit.
I don't know if I know what that means. I'm just like, Lovette's instinct is going to be to attack, but she will hold off if there's any indication that she shouldn't. She's just like, zombies.
Zombies!
So I'm gonna, if your arm is glowing and you're like praying, I think I'll delay till after Petra and see what happens.
Okay. So we'll delay you till after Petra. That will
Instead
take
of going
you to
first, I decide to go last.
6:04. All right, that's going to take us back to Kurla. Kurla, you
Well-
have initiative.
So Kurla will see Petra raise his arm up and kind of yelp, I guess, a little bit. Is there...
Yeah,
Ah.
probably. There's a small concussive ow.
And because it's basically reflex for Kurla at this point, and they are at the back, they are going to cast Blessing of Fervor. So they will raise their hands, they will be suffused with purple energy, and it will build and build and build between their hands, and then just cascade out, rippling from companion to companion.
All right, Blessing
As
of
they
Fervor
cast it.
has been added to all of your characters.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
And that should And I guess they kind of peer over Lovette and past Riz and kind of say, Petra, what's going on up there? And that'll be my turn.
All right. That'll take us back to the original zombie. It is going to attack again. This is 2 more hits. Petra, you're going to be struck for 22 damage and 16 damage.
Ooh.
These are some chunkier zombies than I was anticipating.
Riz, you're up.
I'm going to delay after Petravian.
Okay. All right, that's going to take you to 6.07. Cool. That takes us to the other zombie. It's going to move across the ground here.
Other?
So Petravian, as you're looking into this room, coming out of the left side of your vision, you see another one of these shambling things move up into visual range here. It can't quite reach you yet, but there's at least a second one of these things. Petravian, it's your turn. What would you like to do?
All right. Did I hear any words from Mellifera?
So you spend 6 seconds trying to contact Mellifera, and you say what?
Can your power corrupt ordinary humans into the undead?
Okay. Good question. All right, make a wisdom check, please.
You got it.
See if you can make contact with your god in a time of extreme stress.
11.
Okay, you'll get a snippet of a response back. You hear bubbling up in your head.
Hello, brother. No, my power cannot do that. I have no control over bringing the dead back into a state of unlife.
And then her voice goes silent.
All right. So, I will do a swift lay on hands to myself.
Okay.
Lay on hands. Use. Lovely,
All right,
lovely.
you lay on hands yourself. You heal yourself for 35 hit points.
Nice. And I'd like to... I'm going to save... you know what? I'm going to use a smite on this thing. Feature and smite evil. And we're going to life charge. Full attack to this person's face. But not haste. And full attack. So that's 31, 37, 27, 17.
Okay, one moment. Okay, so smite evil. Smite is a swift action, and so is laying on hands on yourself.
Okay, my apologies. So I cancel out the swift. Take out the smite evil then.
Okay, I'll respond that for you there. Alrighty, so you have full attacked this thing with life's charge. You're going to strike for 14 damage. You're going to strike again for 10 damage, again for 17 damage, and again for 11 damage. Now, it is going to be somewhat resistant to that damage because that's bludgeoning. But you still crush it for a few shots. So you come in here with your hammer and just rain blows on this thing. But it's, for the most part, looking still in one piece relatively. I will give you one more perception check, though.
You got it.
Come on.
For 20.
Ooh.
Okay. Petravian, as you're smashing into this thing, you get a sense that its strange motions don't really look exactly like that of zombies you've seen in the past. And the closer you are to it now, you see that its motions are almost as if it's being moved by a bunch of things inside of its own body.
What's your
All right,
line,
Riz.
Keni? Thanks, I hate it, I think.
Are we? So we're allowed to hit this now? We're done
Oh.
waiting for you.
Fucking destroy it.
All right. So it's around a corner. I can
Yes.
see both of them.
Uh-huh.
I just want to see what my visuals are if I step back really quick. So I apologize. Yeah.
Sure.
I'm gonna
No, that's
step
fine.
back 5 feet, and I'm just gonna cast I'm gonna use my runic guide because I'm not sure
Mm-hmm.
if using spells right now is really helpful.
Okay. That's fair.
So I'm gonna do a full attack with the runic guide.
Okay.
Pew pew
Alright,
pew.
You level the runic guide and you blast off a bunch of damage here.
And I will take the extra attack from
Okay,
the
so go ahead.
Blessing of Fervor.
Sounds good. Go ahead and roll an additional attack then.
Achoo! So that's a 44, a 26, and a 40 to hit.
All right. All 3 attacks are going to hit. So you deal 12 damage, 13 damage, and 14 damage all in a row. These are going to blast into this strange zombie and do quite a bit of damage. In fact, enough that a lot of its outer layers are beginning to peel away from those burns from the runic guide. And suddenly you're going to see just clouds of bugs and insects begin to cascade out of this creature.
I don't know who's responsible for this, but go to therapy.
I'll give you 2 guesses.
So
Well, I mean, yeah.
So what's going to happen is as this thing is shedding insects out of its body, there is now a swarm right here on top of everybody in that area. So,
Fuck you and fuck you! I don't know who to blame, but I'm angry.
all right. So what is going to happen is, Riz, your turn is over.
Yeah.
Lovette, you're up.
That means I don't want to move anywhere.
Yeah, the space directly in front of you is now filled with insects.
So I've got a avenue I can see like this, just because I realize I know from your end you can't always tell what we can see.
Yeah.
I want to cast. I don't know if this will work, but Lovette thinks it will work, so I'm going to find out if the mechanics make sense afterwards.
Okay.
I'm gonna flip some switches and pull out some spheres that I throw across the room, and they break into a bunch of little dudes, and I cast Marching Druid.
Wonderful. I was hoping
Nice.
you'd cast that.
I really want to see if this will work. Yeah. And they're gonna try and battle these wasps or bees or whatever. Have a little tiny war going on.
Mm-hmm.
Ka-ching, ka-ching, with their stingers and the little swords.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. So that marching doom, I'll go ahead and put it into initiative at the same as you.
How many swarms do I summon? It's just one.
I think it's 4.
It
But
is.
4.
Feel free to double check.
Should be 4.
I think I rolled something.
I'm pretty sure it's 4 for Creeping Doom.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
Creeping Doom is just it's a set number, but feel free to.
You two
double
both
check
would know
it.
better than I would, and I'm not finding it. It must
That's
be
fine.
hidden
So
in the
you
text
keep-
block.
You keep checking it out, and we'll just roll on to Kurla. Kurla, what would you like to
Well, Kurla, seeing this swarm burst forth from this guy and seeing everyone not having too much luck dealing with it, is going to sort of turn away and stick a hand to their temple and concentrate. And they're going to try and hold back as much as they can because they have a better idea now of who exactly they're contacting when they use this spell. But they're going to concentrate and they're going to cast Find Fault.
It was right
Okay.
at the beginning.
do? Okay. And you're
So
going to
they
cast
will-
Find Fault on the swarm?
They're on the swarm, so they will be thinking
Okay.
essentially to themselves, but casting their thoughts upwards or even downwards. How the hell do we deal with these?
Okay. Let's see. So go ahead and give yourself a check then. I believe, if I remember that correctly, that is a...
It's as if you made an appropriate knowledge skill check with
Yeah.
a result equal to 20 plus your caster level.
Okay. Gotcha. So that would be 36 for you?
Yes.
Okay. So you would know that this is a swarm of insects. It's a mixed swarm, so it's not any one kind of critter. It doesn't have any traditional, like, overt weaknesses. In fact, it's got a couple of extra little special things about it. It's immune to some things, and it is somewhat psychic, if that makes any sense. It seems to have some sort of strange hive mind, at least as part of it, that grants it some extra little goodies.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, the thing I've always wanted to fight, psychic insects.
Yeah. They do seem to have some sort of collective consciousness. They're also very, very aggressive, and
You don't
are
say.
interested in killing all of you. But aside from just generic swarm weaknesses like AoE attacks, they don't really have any particular weaknesses.
Okay, well, Kurla, with their eyes still rolled up into the back of their head, will relay all of this, but for whatever reason, perhaps because they're holding back, their voice will just remain normal. It won't slip into weird BBC/Discovery Channel announcer.
You got it.
But they'll relay this information, what little there is, and they will end their turn.
Okay. That'll take us on to the swarm. So on the swarm's turn, it is going to move up into this hallway. And
Hold up.
it is
do
going
mine get
to...
attack?
Yeah,
Say
what
what?
about the Marching Doom, by the way?
Yeah.
Does that not show up on the next turn? Or does it show up immediately?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't
Is it-
realize that's what was going on.
Yeah, I would check the casting time on that.
One standard.
Oh, okay, then it is up. Okay, and was it 4 swarms?
It was 4 swarms, yeah.
Okay.
And
And
since they
7 years
can't
ago.
really overlap, they're just going to be like forming like backup regiments and stuff, reinforcements on the outside.
All right. So do you want them to
46.
move in and attack?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So those marching dooms are going to move in and start attacking these 2 zombies.
And the swarm, because the swarm wasn't supposed to move before that.
That's true, and the swarm would have been there as well. So go ahead and roll.
18.
Mhm.
So right, is that 46?
Yeah, that's 46. Yep.
Okay.
Alrighty.
I assumed that and then remembered my brain was in the wrong game.
Okay, and I'm just going to do some damage to some of these zombies here. Wunderbar. Alright, so that room brings us back to the present. This swarm is going to move into the hallway and spread out to hit all of you. So it's going to go ahead and make its attack. Alright, it does a paltry 10 damage to the party. And I'm going to need all of you to make a fortitude save and a will save.
Oh, cool.
Fuck.
Okay, okay.
Well,
Fortitude and wisdom, right?
Fortitude and will, yeah.
yeah.
Will, okay.
Yeah. So far, so good.
I got a 24 and a 25, so I'm pretty happy.
I got 24 for both of my rolls.
Nicely done. All right, everybody succeeds on all saves. Okay.
I
Next bit.
remember dying once, but Lovette has a fucking like alternate timeline flashbacks to being murdered by exactly this scenario. God.
All right. Well, the zombies are up, and the first one is going to full attack at Petravian. Only one of these attacks hits, but it hits Petravian for 21 points of damage. The other one is going to move up 5 feet and also full attack.
Okay.
And it is going to hit Petravian for 16 points of damage. Miss on the other one. All right. That takes us to Petravian.
Okay, so if I hit this thing, some more bugs come out.
They're already out.
It is still
would've-
standing, so there are more bugs in it.
There are more bugs in it.
Yeah. It just released maybe about half of its internal capacity.
Maybe you should summon Chisel. I'm sorry.
Wow. Wow.
The shade.
Damn.
Shade being thrown here.
No,
Well, I was going through, what do I know that Petra can do? And I was like, I don't know if he has any AoEs. Doesn't he have something that usually fills up? It's Chisel I'm thinking of. Chisel is the AoE.
Chisel is if Chisel body slams, The swarm. Is
Well,
that
Chisel's an
AoE?
AoE to us because what he does is he makes it so half the party is suddenly squeezing.
Oh, that's fucking hysterical. Okay, so I guess we are gonna smash it, and I guess that's because that's basically all I can do.
You got it.
Yeah, smash that all on the floor.
Smash that. Give me
Uh,
some more.
Smash that
Ugh.
Oh.
till it gets sore.
Wow.
Ah,
I have no idea what
That's-
that was, but well done.
It's a song.
I'm
I
gonna
figured that
actually
much, I just don't know what song, that's all.
first. I'm gonna cast Swarm Keeper on myself because I hate getting bit up.
Okay.
So that's 3
Uh,
charges of lay on hands.
Okay.
Or sorry, yeah. Let's see. And use. Don't know.
Yeah,
I could just adjust that manually then to that would be one,
Yeah, just adjust that manually.
So just 9.
Yeah, so just go ahead and take 3 charges of lay on hands off yourself.
There you go.
And that is going to grant an ally a DR10 all for 10 rounds. So who are you granting that to?
Himself.
Oh,
He
yourself.
said
Okay.
himself already.
My apologies. Okay,
All the
so you will now have a
bees are-
DR10 for 10 rounds.
Absolutely.
bees fly out from my hand and are now swarming all around me to try to protect me.
Okay, you have a move action left.
I'm going to keep this hole plugged.
You got it. Riz, you're up.
You got it. So just a question: do swarms have attacks of opportunity?
No.
Okay, that's what I thought. So Riz is just gonna take a couple steps back, and they're just gonna call down storm bolts just to
Okay.
eradicate everything around here that's not friendly.
Got it.
So that is a 30 range. And I believe that would be 16 d8 on my side. Because it's per caster level.
Okay.
We are level 16, right?
Yes.
Okay, just checking. Alright. 91 damage?
Very good roll on that one. Very high damage roll. All right. So lightning spills forth from your body in all directions. The bolts do not harm natural vegetation or creatures in the area you wish to exclude from the damage, so only enemy targets are affected. So these bolts spread out in an AoE radius, and therefore are going to do additional damage to a multiple entitied critter like the swarm that you're dealing with. So you're actually going to do a ton of damage to it. All right, so 91 damage dealt that I need to multiply by 1.5.
Yay!
you do
AoEs are
100
OP for swarms.
So you do 136 damage.
Jesus.
So Riz,
Yeah.
you concentrate, you cast this thing, this nova of electricity is going to just move out from your body, sweep out across the room, and as it gets to this swarm, it's going to be like a little tiny chain lightning, and it just jumps from insect to insect in just almost no time at all, and just it almost looks like a net moving through this whole swarm as it kills every single one of them. The swarm is destroyed.
It should be able to hit the strange zombies as well.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
So the swarm is
And that is how
destroyed.
we do it.
Good job.
And let's see, is it blocked by walls?
I don't believe it says so.
Let me check real quick on that one.
The wall's got a bunch of holes in them.
It just
Yeah.
said radius spread centered on me.
Right, I don't think it goes through walls exactly.
Well, that's a dick move because I would have done a concentration check.
But I'll give you the concentration check if you want to do it that way.
Sure.
Okay.
31.
Okay. So let's see, 31, and it is a level 8 spell.
Mm-hmm.
16. plus 15. 31 is exactly what you needed to roll.
Nice.
Very nice.
All right. In that case, you're going to deal 91 damage to each of the strange zombies.
Are they dead?
Actually, yes.
Nice.
So what's going to happen? Riz, your stormbolts not only blast through the swarm, they're going to blast through these two strange zombies. The electricity burning through their bodies, and they just sort of slough off into the ground, into this essentially pool of destroyed flesh. Rising from that flesh, however, was the swarms that were taking refuge within those two zombies. So additional swarms appear out of their body.
Ah.
I have decided I hate this place. I don't want to be here anymore.
Yeah, I'm playing one like, what the fuck, Vera?
Yeah, I'm kind of with you on that.
This place sucks.
All right, Lovette, you're up.
So I'm getting ready to flip my special switch, and then all of a sudden the firestorm comes down, wipes out the swarm. And I'm like, oh, maybe not. And then a new swarm pops up, and I'm like, oh, no. And I flip the switch, and I'm going to start oscillating.
Okay, you begin oscillating, stepping into a space between this dimension and the nearest one, making you impervious to most physical attack.
Alright, fucking goes down me, Vera.
Anything else you'd like to do on this turn?
Yes, I'm going to then, once I begin oscillating, I'm going to step through the wall.
Okay.
I think you need to try.
To the south?
Yes, to the south.
All right.
Take it back now, y'all.
And when I see the hives coming down from the ceiling, I'm just like,
Vera, what the fuck? What is all this?
All right.
And then good old Marching Doom.
Good old Marching Doom after that. All right. So, your Marching Dooms now have to contest with these two swarms above them. So go ahead and roll me some damage from those guys, and we'll just trade hits.
there's the button thing. Alright. So 46 from them.
Okay.
That's 12 damage. That was
12.
a pretty weak roll.
Alrighty. And that's going to take us back to the swarm.
And now that I'm in the other room, I'm like directing them tactically.
Mm-hmm.
If anyone has, like, you know, a fireball or something they can cast, now would be the time, I think.
Okay. So the first of these swarms is going to move to the north and hit Riz and Petra. And it is going to attack and hit each of you for a measly 8 damage.
Measly
pathetic.
for Petravian.
Measly
For me,
8
that
damage.
means a lot, actually.
I am going to need another will save and fortitude save from the two of you.
The DR doesn't. Oh, I guess no.
Oh,
Doesn't
there we
really
go.
Oh.
All right, Riz.
14 for my fortitude and 30 for my will.
All right. Well, your fortitude is not quite enough. You get the sense that these insects were carrying something, and they have just transmitted it to you.
Oh,
So-
shit.
You notice, like, your skin is starting to bubble up in certain places.
Ew! I swear to the gods, I am going to kill her myself.
All right, Kurla, you're up.
Well, Kurla can't see any of this happening, so they're gonna rush to the east 10 feet as their move action to get next to Petravian.
Okay, that
so
would
they-
put you inside of a swarm.
Oh, I don't see
No
the
worries.
swarm on the map.
Is it? Oh, my apologies.
There's a swarm. Okay, then it
There we
will be
go.
5 foot towards Petra.
All right.
And they will, I guess, see this happening to Riz, but they're not necessarily going to be familiar with whether or not this constitutes something that they can heal.
Okay.
What's up, Kenny?
Oh, I'm pretending to be itchy.
Right. I thought you were like, something. Okay.
But now I actually am itchy.
Oh no!
Yeah.
So, is there a roll I can make in that moment, Beardy, to determine whether any of my healing abilities would help with this? Would I recognize it as some sort of infection, or would I think it's something outside
Yeah,
my skills.
you would recognize it as a disease,
Okay.
so you would know that a remove disease spell would remove that pretty easily.
Good, good.
Tell you, I am at dis-ease.
Disease nuts.
Shit around. God.
Wow.
I want to flip my desk.
Sorry.
Bless.
It's okay.
Imagine just
All
going
right.
to the doctor
Well then,
and saying that to him. It's like, I'm sorry, you have a disease. Disease nuts. No, you're gonna die.
Well, Kurla will reach out a hand and just lightly just give Riz just the mildest of taps. They are wary of really touching them at all, but just the tiniest tap and the tiniest spark of magic will transfer as they cast Remove Sickness.
Just be careful. We don't know if I might get that again. I want to wait
Fair
till
enough.
after fight next. If I get it again. Because these fucking bitches!
Sorry, it's hard to think strategically in the heat of the moment. I just, worry about all of you.
Okay, so if a subject is already under the influence of a disease, this will suppress the effects of that spell or of that disease for the duration of the spell. It doesn't actually remove it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Well,
this
then bugger.
remove disease is a bit higher level of spell than remove sickness. Remove sickness just kind of removes the symptoms of it temporarily.
I'm not itchy anymore.
Yeah, so Riz looks normal again.
But do I feel normal? I never did.
Never
I'm
did.
such
The
a
side
black
effects
sheep
you gotta
of
worry
my
about.
family.
All right, that's going to take us on to the swarm. The next one's going to move up, and this one's going to blanket everyone in a nice little happy
Am
hug.
I okay? Am I safe?
Yeah, you
When I'm
love that.
oscillating?
These things pass right through you.
But
And I
so
don't know
lucky-
that I'm leaving everyone else to die because I can't see them.
Not so lucky for the rest of the party, though. Riz, Petra, Kurla, you all take 17 points of damage. And I need another fortitude and will from each of you.
Did you minus 10 for Petra?
Yes. I will remove the damage from Petra.
22
Ooh.
and 21.
That is a nat 20 on my fortitude for a total of 29.
Okay. Alright, so far we only have one fail, and that is on Kurla's will save.
No. That was only a 15.
Yeah.
25 and a 24.
Cool. So the
So
only
roll
negative
two,
effect from the
please.
attack, other than the initial damage, is Kurla, you have found yourself to be distracted by the attack. So you're going to be unable to cast spells.
God, they're everywhere. They're bloody everywhere.
Right. Petravian.
Ew. Well, I. Shit. I can't. I am going to cast. I guess it would be defensively spiritual weapon. No, wait.
Okay.
Spiritual weapon can't do AOE. Damn.
But
No.
it,
Yeah.
Nope.
does have a magical effect, right?
Well, yeah, but he's got a magic weapon. If he's going to cast spiritual weapon, he might as well hit them with his hammer.
True.
I don't think that works, but I don't think.
I don't
either
think
of
it'll
them works.
work.
I mean,
But
Yeah.
but yeah, we're gonna try
Although,
to hit the.
I don't know. Some things with magical damage have been able to hit Vera's swarms before, so I don't remember what the criteria was though.
I'm gonna lay on hands myself because, ow,
okay. You heal
Second,
yourself
I'm gonna-
for 35 hit points.
and life's charge to the biggest bug I can see in this in this swarm.
Okay.
Also,
That one.
for
It's that
note,
big one.
are these swarms like a regular swarm, or are they a fine diminutive swarm?
These are fine.
Oh,
They're
fuck.
like they're little insects. They're mosquitoes, roaches,
Damn swarm, you fine.
tiny beetles.
Nothing.
They're a mix of a lot of flying insects, but they are each individually too small to strike with a weapon. So, Petravian, you swing wildly with this 4 attacks, and you do nothing to the swarm.
Nothing.
Should have brought some
Fuck.
Aroni's barrier with you.
See, I honestly, I'm thinking I could bust out a flamethrower, but I don't want to piss them off. Like, I don't want to piss Mellifera off.
Fucking roast these fuckers.
All right, I'm gonna
Riz,
throw
you're
out
up.
a ball of lightning. I'm gonna pump it up with 3 vase to make it 5 globes, and I'm just gonna put it in there
Okay.
because they're technically considered AOE, so they will damage the swarm.
Yep. And they do elemental damage, so that's good.
Correct.
All right. So 5 of them.
Correct.
All right. Let me get some saving throws rolling here. All right. DC 21. That is a fail, 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 pass, pass.
Okay.
So 9d6 damage, please.
Okay.
Yum yum.
Yum 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 yum. So that's 30 damage.
All right.
Nice.
30 damage to both swarms.
And I would like to take a step away from them because fuck this shit.
You got it.
Oh my god.
All right. That's going to take us back to Lovette.
And so Lovette's standing there like,
Oh no, cover your flanks! What are you doing? Oh, jeez.
and I'm going to bring in the big boys, I guess. If we want to do that, then I will start casting Summon Monster, whatever my highest one is, and bring in some Greater Fire Elementals.
Ooh, very good. Okay.
I'll have to figure out where the fuck I want them to be. I'm worried about that because I'm worried they're gonna like torch up the ceiling hive, and then Mellifera's gonna be like, "Yeah, no talking. No, we're not talking anymore. We're no longer friends."
Mellifera will forgive you.
Let me know where you want that to go.
Well, it comes in. It's a full round action. So.
Oh, that's a full round version? Okay, I wasn't sure if that was your faster one. Okay.
Oh, I guess I
and
could do the faster one, couldn't I? I forgot. I don't need Archie
don't-
out. All right,
You don't
let's
have
do that
Archie
then.
out, yeah. Okay.
I just all right. Though I want them directly below me, so that they're still in range to attack these guys.
You got it.
And I'll just tell my marching dooms to clear when they.
Sounded
their
like
turn
you
is
said
up,
I
I
want
guess.
them to directly blow me.
That's what I heard as well.
Wow.
I'm pretty happy with it.
I'm
Okay,
pretty sure I get multiple, but frankly, I only want one. So, because there's not even more space for another one. So,
Yeah.
if I can do that, then I will do that.
Oh,
Otherwise,
absolutely.
I will.
You can always choose to have fewer than you actually succeed on.
I guess I
All right,
can.
let's go ahead and roll the damage for your marching dooms.
You got it.
So give me all 4 of them.
Oh, just like roll it 4 times?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, roll it 4 times.
Okay. Good, because that first roll was horrible. Oh, only one of them did any good. Apparently, they're not appreciating Lovette's backseat driving. So 6,
Alright.
19, 8, and
Yep.
9.
That comes up to 42 damage. You deal that to both swarms. As the swarms are now in some sort of intense, massive battle with each other. As tiny little robot people are fighting insects that are, each of them, is fighting a creature that would equivalently be considered like large or huge sized, as they slice with their little tiny toothpick sized swords.
Yeah.
It's really good for the animation.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right, swarms are up, and they're going to go ahead and make an attack. That is going to hit everyone in the party except Lovette for 13 points of damage. I need more saves from everybody.
-10.
Minus 10 from Petra, yes.
Did I get moved or something?
I didn't move you.
I should be 2 up.
Go ahead and put yourself where you should be
Yeah.
then.
I don't know what happened.
All right, looks like all the saves so far have been good.
Am I
Okay.
also considered in the swarm, or?
Yeah, they can space themselves out to hit all of you.
Okay, I just wanted to check, so I will
Yep.
do my rolls then.
Success on
24
that.
for my fortitude and 30 for my will.
All right, both good. All right, that's going to take us to Kurla. Go ahead.
Now, I was a little bit distracted or confused. Is that still in effect, or is that no longer? Because I'd failed my previous will save, and I was distracted.
Right, yeah, you can't cast spells this round.
Okay. What effect would that be considered mechanically?
Which effect?
The not being able to cast spells because of...
The distraction.
Called distraction.
Yeah.
Okay, it is
So-
called distraction.
Yeah,
Damn.
so basically the bugs have gotten everywhere on you, and you can't concentrate enough to cast a spell.
And that is not listed on one of the things covered by one of the things that I did last session. Darn. It's like the one thing that isn't listed. Okay, in that case, Kurla is just gonna stand there waving their arms around looking completely useless. God, what, they're still everywhere? Oh no!
Does channel still work or no?
Channel does not require concentration, and it's not technically a spell, so I suppose it kind of falls into the middle ground. I'll let you channel if you want to, yeah.
It feels a little bit not in the spirit of the effect, but I mean, how are folks doing HP wise? I can't even
I've
see
got
most of
half HP.
you. Okay, in that case, Kurla.
I'm dying.
I'm very squishy.
Kurla is distracted. They can't cast any of the normal spells. They're looking around, but they're figuring that if they're in this shape, everyone else is probably not doing too hot either. So, casting blindly, effectively, or channeling blindly, they will channel healing energy for the party, focused on themselves.
Alrighty.
And thank you for that, Beardy.
No worries. Alright, so the party heals itself there for 17 points of damage.
Beautiful.
That's not great.
It's okay. It's better than nothing.
How long
So
does
it
the
gets-
distraction last?
One just run round.
Okay,
Unless you
so I
get
won't be
distracted
distracted.
again.
Got
Sure,
it,
you
but I
should
won't.
choose
'Cause
UFO the out there.
Yeah, you do have a move action left if you want to use it.
I guess I'll take a 5-foot step back, away from the swarm.
Okay. No, it can stretch out a bit, so you might want to move a little further away.
I'll
Yeah, I
back
can't
up.
attack of opportunity, so
again.
you don't need to 5-foot step either.
Yeah, you
Okay.
can just do a normal move action.
Just normal move action. Sorry,
Yeah.
I'll back up 10 foot,
All good. So
and that'll
that
be my
takes us-
turn.
That takes us to the next swarm. It's going to split between Riz and Petravian and hit both of them for 16 damage.
Num, num, num.
Now, of course, Petravian's going to soak 10 of that, but Riz will take the full 16.
21 and 26.
Pass.
But that's reflex. My
Yep,
bad.
reflex good, and
Sorry, fortitude. It's supposed
I
to
see, fortitude and will. All right, both
Yep.
succeed. Good.
Yup.
All right,
Fucking
so
paladins, man.
just does a little bit of damage to you, and that is going to end its turn as these insects come in and just start biting you and picking at your skin, and this is pretty bad. All right, Petravian, you're up in the middle of this pretty big swarm of stuff still.
Yeah.
You
You
switch
said-
places with Kurla.
Wow!
Hmm.
And here's me looking through, trying to find ways to heal you at a distance.
Okay,
Damn.
so you said it has a hive mind, correct?
Yeah, well, at least Kurla determined that it had a hive mind of some kind, yes.
Okay. Since I can't really do anything to destroy them, I'm gonna cast Detect Desires on on the swarm. See if I can get
Okay.
some information out of them.
Go for it, yeah.
That's great, actually. That's a good idea.
That's really cool. Yeah.
Will DC 18?
Yeah,
Will.
it gets a will save for that. Let's see if it passes. It passes.
Oh,
It was a
pretty
good
roll.
try, though.
dang it.
All right,
Ooh,
burn
nice.
some fate points, please.
Yep. The update doesn't let me do scroll anymore, and it's been
Ah.
fucking with me.
Yeah, they changed it. recently.
I
there was
got
an
so
update.
used to the scroll. I used to complain about it, and now I wish it was back. It's so much easier.
Enough people complained about the scroll that they got rid of it.
I'm an
wah.
idiot. Thank you.
All right. So after that, it is forced to re-roll. Here we go.
Come on.
It rolled poor. It rolled more poorly, but still passed.
God damn it.
Fuck.
Sorry. It Nat rolls on it. It rolled an 18 on its first roll, and it rolled a 16 on its second roll.
Ugh.
Fuck
So
you,
good-
Swarm.
Good luck on its part on both times. Sorry.
So wait, it rolled a 16?
It rolled a nat 16. I'm just saying, like it still roll as well.
The will was way higher than that. Okay.
Yeah. So both the naked rolls were good. It was just luck on its part.
Damn.
Sorry.
That
It
would've
was a
been
good
fun.
plan though.
The will of the swarm remains enigmatic.
It's true. All right, that's gonna take us to Riz.
All right, we're gonna start out with the damages from the balls of electricity. So
Okay,
that's a 21
so-
save for them.
21 save. 1 moment as I roll that 5 times.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All good. All right, DC 21. That's gonna pass, fail, pass,
Oh.
pass. Wow.
So
Okay.
just 1d6. All right, cool.
3D 3d6.
3d6? Oh,
Yeah.
my bad.
Yeah. Okay, it's all good.
6, I guess.
6 damage to each swarm.
Woo! All right, and then I'm
Alright.
gonna move the fuck away as best I can, corner myself in this goddamn room.
Mm-hmm.
Just get out of there. Just pinned against a wall over here.
Yeah, and you have a standard action left.
Yeah, that's a really... That is a thing I have.
It's true. Yeah, that is the thing you
How
have.
fucked up do these guys look?
Do you think maybe half their number have been destroyed?
Alright, I'm gonna cast on myself, wherever it is, once I figure out what it is. I'm gonna cast Defensive Shock on myself, so when I'm attacked
Okay.
again, they will get attacked.
Lovely. All right,
Because
There we go.
it's won't stop coming.
it's true. Okay, you cast defensive shock on yourself.
So
That-
when Riz does that, they pull out Galugia's symbol and force it back into their body.
Wonderful. Chromatic swirls move around your body through that symbol and suffuse you with this strange multicolored electricity. Looks like each one is a different color of the rainbow, and they're just crackling through Riz's body right now.
Seriously, fire would be great! Or anything else at this point?
All right, Lovette, you're up.
All right, I'm going to dart over here so that I'm not have to worry about my fucking elemental burning me. And I'm going to. Oh, you know, actually, I'd rather, if it's alright, be back here.
Oh, that's fine.
And then I'm going to cast Magic Fang on the elemental, I think.
Okay, you move. So you move to the south of the room and cast Magic Fang upon the
Yes,
greater
sorry
fire
about
elemental.
that.
It's all good.
Yeah.
Magic.
I'm gonna-
Magic Claw.
Magic
I
claw.
flip a little switch on it, and the like flamethrower bot that I've got
Mm-hmm.
pulls out like a big fiery axe. Yeah, that's gonna be my turn.
Sounds good. All right, go ahead and roll the Marching Doom, please. 46
You got
4
it.
times.
1, 2, 3. There we
There
go.
we go. That's how it's supposed to look.
I'm
All
getting a
right,
lot of
that is-
sizzles over here.
17 plus 16 plus 17 plus 13. Total of 63 damage.
Nice.
All right. So,
It's going for... Oh, sorry.
Oh, you're good.
For the king.
okay, so Lovette, you charge your marching dooms forward, and these blocks of little tiny robotic infantry are going to move in, and they're going to start like jumping up into the swarm. Some of them have like these tiny little grapnels, and they fire themselves up, and they get up into the face of the swarm, and they're like stabbing their little carapaces with their tiny little toothpick knives, and it's this beautiful wave of tiny little machines moving over these tiny little insects, and the tiny little insects fall to the ground, and they're destroyed.
Yes!
Nice.
Nice
I'm so
job!
proud of you.
It's very poetic, very reminiscent of how technology is really destroying our actual ecosystems.
You need a nap.
I thought you were going to say it's very reminiscent of how fucking Lovette got her shit killed by a Martyrs creeping doom.
Yeah.
Riz just
Alright.
slides against the wall they're at. Ugh. I'm going
Alright,
to
that is
kill
going
her.
That is going to end combat. Do you want to do anything with your Marching Dooms or Greater Fire Elemental?
Frankly, after that nonsense, I'm going to just have them on standby unless they just time out, because
Okay.
who knows what's going to happen now.
Petravian will run into Riz and
Yeah,
kneel down.
Kurla's right behind you.
You did fantastic out there.
I should have saved the storm for later on, apparently. That was my bad. Sorry.
Looks like they got you a little bit.
Yeah.
Your skin kind of did a gross.
Kurla's just going to be channeling in the back. So white light will be blazing around them as they channel at least once.
All right, you channel for 29 to everybody.
Nice.
1 second, Kurla. Look, before you burn another one of those. Riz, do you mind if I might be able to make
Do
sure
you
you don't
think
have
I
anything?
can fix me?
Consent, you know.
If I
Alright.
was dying, I hope you didn't fucking do that shit, okay?
Lay it
Do the
on
thing.
hands, and with that, one of my mercies is the removal of disease.
Alrighty. Riz, you are healed for 28 points of damage, and the disease is also removed from you. So even though you were asymptomatic, now you are fully cured.
Thank you, Petravian. And they'll hold their hand out to stand up since they did
There you
slide
go.
against the ground. Thank you. Alright. Ugh. I have decided I hate insects, and I kind of want to beat up Vera just a little bit.
I'm not going to disagree.
With the hating insects part or the beating up Vera part?
You guys come back. I think
Yeah.
Lovette's given a little award ceremony to her guys.
In the face, for your bravery in the face of insurmountable odds, I present you with the Medal of Honor.
The little guy gives a salute, and Lovette salutes back.
They fade from existence.
It'll just collapse into little pieces and just scoops them back up. Well, not yet, because I'm not physical, and they're not collapsing until after
You
them.
like go to scoop them up, but it's just like.
You know, that was really beautiful. Do you need help?
No, I'm doing great. Are you all okay?
You're
Better
doing
now.
phenomenal.
Hanging in there.
I've only got a few more minutes with this, and I'd like to make the most of it. So, if you're going to talk to the hive, now is the time.
Is this where the
Thank
heart
you.
is?
Yes.
Okay.
So if you look up in this room, you see this enormous hive that's thrumming with energy. There must be 1 billion insects in there.
Hand up towards the ceiling.
Mm-hmm.
Petravian closes his eyes, and he reaches out as if he was trying to reach out to Mellifera, but he's trying to reach out to whatever existence is inside this swarm.
Okay.
It's just stretching out as far, like as plastic as his bond can go.
Okay. Travian, you reach out. I would like you to make a wild empathy check. So what this is going to be your charisma bonus plus your level plus a d20.
Okay, charisma. So you said charisma.
Your charisma bonus, yeah.
Charisma.
So that is going to be 5 plus your level of 16. So
16.
a d20 plus 21.
Let's see. Yahtzee.
You did not.
Wait, what?
Yahtzee.
Not fucking 20.
Yeah.
All right, Petravian, you got a natural 20.
For
a
a total of 41.
For a total of
Outstanding.
41. You reach out and you feel this presence within the hive here. It speaks to you.
Who are you?
I'm the hive keeper of
You do
Maleficent.
not keep me.
I do not. Who are you?
I am the hive. We are justice. Explain yourself before we destroy you.
Whose justice are you enacting?
We are justice. Answer the question that we have asked or be destroyed.
We are here to help quell your anger. You are a torrent. You have washed over this land. If you look around, there's nothing left. Your justice seems to have been served.
We are not done.
What do you seek? Aside, what justice do you speak? There's nothing left out there.
They still draw breath.
Who draws?
We are not done. You speak to us. Are you an ally?
I am an ally to all who know Mellifera.
Then you will help. You will open a hole in the wall and let us finish this.
Who do you seek to destroy?
We
That
seek
would-
justice, retribution.
And you would wash over those who... the innocent?
There are no innocent. They are all guilty. We are the punishment. You will help us open a hole in the wall, and this can finish.
Give me a moment to think. Please.
The connection is severed.
He lowers his arm. Well... shit.
It does
What
kind of
shit?
look like shit.
What happened?
I did connect to them.
That's
To
amazing.
this-
Good. So it's done?
Yeah, did you
No.
negotiate with them? You got it sorted out?
No, not yet.
What happened?
They want to... They... They want me to open a hole in the wall. They want to finish the job.
Well, yeah.
They told me they're justice.
Yeah. I feel like we kind of went in knowing this.
And justice
Yeah,
for
but
what exactly? From their perspective?
They wouldn't say. They said they still draw breath, and something tells me they want the nobles dead.
I mean, do we
Maybe
know
it's
which
all bloody
nobles,
one then.
or-
Doesn't matter who it is. I think anybody and everything that lived in this town is fair game. They don't care who they kill.
Why though? I'm still
Well,
not clear on the why they're hell
Doesn't
bent on
Vera
it.
hate nobles?
Vera, I think, hated this whole town.
You think that would have
Even
been?
if she didn't, I mean, she didn't want to come here for a reason.
Do you think she lost control?
I think she did this full well with the intention that it was and regretted her actions afterwards.
Yes, something like that. Maybe not. I could see the scenario. I went in thinking this thing was unaggressive. So did we find anything out other than that it wants to kill everybody?
Nothing more than that, unfortunately.
Did you? What? I mean, what did we?
I don't want to set that thing off in here. They're just agitated. They need to be calmed down.
What did you say to calm them down?
Nothing yet. Asked them to give me a moment.
Well,
I think those-
Is it
Petravian?
extending? Can you call it back?
I'll try. What did you say, Reese?
Just... How would you quell an angry swarm, even as it stings you, as you're moving it?
To stay calm and ask how can we help? But they only want death and destruction.
Petra, who do you hate the most? Out of everyone anywhere. If we found Malchus the Destroyer, and he said, no, stop, don't hit me. What would make you stop?
If I was pounding him, I would say if they just, when something is helpless, you stop.
That's not true in nature. In nature, when something is helpless, you strike.
Sometimes a hurricane will always take down the smallest buildings.
Like, real hate is what we are talking about. This thing is probably, based on everything you and I know about Vera, I think this thing is more or less a manifestation of her hate.
If you're not able to negotiate with it to get it to stop, then there may only be one person who can make it stop. And the person who brought it here in the first place.
I don't know if she would stop it.
Well, that's a fair
I don't
point.
think they will.
So where does that leave us?
I think it's
can't-
worth giving her a chance.
Are we all at least agreed that we can't exactly open a hole in the wall and let it do its job?
No, we are not doing that.
Right.
Oh, I meant that you were saying no, we do not agree. Yes,
Right,
I agree. We should not do that.
Raz?
It's Petravian's path.
It's ours.
I would like to see these people liberated, but having them all consumed wouldn't really do that.
I mean, liberated from one's flesh is not necessarily liberated.
Well,
Is it? I guess you would know.
Look, whatever the nobles did to get on Vera's bad side, to put it mildly, there are tons of innocents over there who don't deserve whatever would come their way, so one way or another we have to deal with the swarm now.
I am going to message Vera. I think that
Oh,
we've...
1 second.
What?
Riz, do you think they would respond? Not to strength, but not to threats, but to just authority.
You think Vera would?
I'd like everyone to make a new perception check, please.
You got it, boss. That's a 38. Ow!
17.
19. I didn't mean to have a thing go.
Okay.
That is a nat 20 for 40 for me.
Beautiful.
All right.
Oh, beg your pardon. No, it's a 19 plus 21. My bad. My
no
maths
worries,
are off.
no worries.
But still a 40.
So, Riz and Kurla, you both notice that the swarm, the hive above you, has begun to empty in a way. Like the insects are crawling out of the hive and sort of building up on the bottom of it.
Oh, God.
And it's sort of this giant hive, almost a tendril of insects, slowly moving down toward Petravian.
Perhaps gentle understanding. Did Vera always respond to authority? No, I'm pretty sure she just sicked like a bunch of insects on a bunch of authority in her life. Why would they respond to that?
So, Petravian, at about this point, you notice that right above you, there is this stalactite of insects that is close enough that you can reach up and touch.
I reach up. Maleficent, help me. Like, actually, like, closing eyes and says to myself, and try to reach out both to the swarm and to Maleficent.
Mm-hmm.
Maleficent, help.
Okay. You make contact with it?
Yes.
All right, you touch that, and once again, you hear the voice inside your head.
Are you going to help us or not?
I am gonna help you.
Then you will open a hole in the wall and allow us to finish our work.
I will not.
Why? Why do you claim to be our ally and then refuse to help?
Because I want your existence to continue. They
Our
do not.
existence is as vengeance, nothing more. We are here to perform a task, and you will not allow us to do so. So you must die as well.
And at that point, the insect swarm is going to very quickly drop upon Petravian, almost like water, like just plunges down from the hive in such incredible numbers and density that it may as well be a solid mass. Washes over Petravian, cascades across the floor like water, washing up around people's ankles. And I'd like Kurla, Riz, and Lovette to make a perception check, please.
42.
Okay.
That is a 37 from me.
So as this column of insects is pouring down from the ceiling, you can see glimpses inside it as it washes over Petravian, and what you see are bones.
Getting tired of this happening, buddy?
As this washes across the room and gets to up to your ankles, you can feel horrible pain as they appear to be devouring your flesh. Kurla, Riz, and Lovette, what would you like to do?
I would like to reverse time.
Okay.
As far back as I can with 11 points.
Okay.
Jesus fucking Christ. I'm not.
Please let us know you did that, because otherwise we're gonna just do the same things
I
again.
I know.
So, I would like you to make a concentration check.
Okay. 30.
I'm afraid that's not enough. All right. So you all have a little bit of time as the room is filling with, as the space you're in is literally filling with insects.
All right. Now's the time. Call
So
her.
I'm going to roll initiative for the three of you just to get an order. So Riz, what would you like to do first?
I'm yelling at Lovette to call Vera.
Yeah.
Okay, Lovette, you're up.
Okay. I'm gonna do exactly that. I'm gonna cast sending. And I've got a message prepared.
Okay.
Not quite the word count, but I just say, Fella, we found the help in this realm. I know you don't want to be here, but we need you now.
Okay. You'll get a response here in a few moments. Kurla, your move.
Kurla is not going to do anything because there's nothing that they can do in this situation.
That's a fair point. All right. So after the three of you make your moves, the hive above you is just going to open up, and the flow of insects coming out of it is going to increase even further and even faster than you thought was possible. It seems to block out all light in the room, and you can feel yourself being eaten alive from the outside in. Riz.
Am I still oscillating?
Yeah, Lovette, you're still oscillating. Yes.
Am I okay?
So you're okay. They're passing right through you. You take no damage.
I'm so scared.
Kurla and Riz, you literally feel yourselves being eaten alive. Riz, the last thing that you perceive is nothing but pure panic and pain until you feel a strange connection somewhere in your brain, and something's going to happen. Let's see here.
I don't like this. I don't want to be here. I'm not having fun.
What's going to happen is you find yourself standing outside the hallway, like outside the room. You feel Blessing of Fervor has just been cast upon you, Riz. Your fate points are at 0 now. Kurla, Lovette, and Petravian have no memory of anything that just transpired.
Of the whole session?
Of the whole session. Back to square one.
Does that mean we need to fight off the skeletons? And
Hands
the
on the
swarms
doorknob.
Hands on the doorknob.
Please stop. Don't open that, please. I'm begging
What?
you.
What's going
What?
on? Are you okay, Liz?
What's going on?
Well, I just died almost. And
When?
you were dead,
Where?
and you were almost dead, and you were fine.
You're not making any sense, Rez.
I went
What did I
back.
do to be fine? Oh, the time stuff.
You tried talking to them. They wanted vengeance and revenge, and then they just ate you, and there were bones. And we didn't have
But
enough
that's all
time
I-
to call Vera. We were dying.
Did I die?
Wait, bones, Petravian. I know you're used to these at this point.
Then the conditions have been met.
What?
Call Vera.
Oh, that's true.
I ain't fucking dying again. You killing me?
And Riz just
Okay.
looks
You're
at you
telling-
and hugs you. I'm so sorry. This was all my fault. I shouldn't have asked you to
What?
do any of that. I'm so sorry.
Oh no, this is the plan. Well,
This was the plan.
Yeah.
You're telling me I
Province and
connected with
Clinch.
the swarm in there, though.
I had to see you die.
Hold on. that means I can't control whatever Vera made here. But that means we're on the right path. I'm
You
doing
did
something
really
right.
good with talking to them, actually. I think they were just being little bitches. I don't know.
Well, Vera did make it, didn't they? So, didn't she? So, well,
Riz
I
tries their
mean-
best to explain what Petravian explained to the party on what was going on. And then you reached up and you said, Mellifera, help me, or something, and then just bones. And then we were dying, and then we were back here.
I take out the terrarium with Hummel.
Wait, so is there health in that room?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Just
Out of the swarm.
You type
Out of the swarm.
And we know
So-
that Sorry, go ahead.
No, go. So Hummel.
Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah, it's. Are they? Is Hummel awake or is it no?
But they're tinking around.
Yeah, the tinks were
Oh.
indication of flying.
Okay. So, why? I guess Vera didn't tell you. Shit. I apparently
I don't
communicated
think
with the
pretty new to
swarm.
me. It's not great, like I said.
No. What else did we see in there?
you might want to get some
Riz.
hell in there.
What else was in there?
Okay, there were 2 hive zombies, where when we
Hey,
killed
now?
when we killed them, they turned into swarms. Oh god, and they hurt, and
Okay, so how do we not do that?
Well, Petravian kind of tried to ask Mellifera if they were her beings, and I don't think they were, and then we killed them, but like, no matter what we did, like, even if I killed them earlier than the swarm happening, they still ended up being a swarm, and then we killed the swarm still. It's just, it hurt a lot, and then we went into the room, and Petravian talked to the heart.
Okay. So we could kill the swarms and it didn't immediately attack us, and he was able to talk to it afterwards?
He talked to the heart after we dealt with the swarms, yes.
Okay. So we... Alright. Well, I'm going to message Vera because we said it qualifies.
It
Baron, give
qualifies.
me- Yeah.
I don't care
Oh.
for time bullshit, but it qualifies. We are not equipped to go in there.
You did the
I
best you
didn't-
could. Don't blame yourself.
I just
By the way, do our resources come back?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't think mine do.
No, the fate points are gone.
Do I
Everything
get
else,
my
your
spells
spell.
back?
Yeah, all your spells are back.
Oh, thank God, I don't have a lot.
Yeah.
so I would
Your spells, land hands charges, all that stuff is back. Just not Riz's fate points. Those were burned out.
Okay.
Bless you, child.
I can oscillate again,
So
especially.
So do we need to take care of those zombies you mentioned before we do whatever it is we're gonna do differently this time?
I don't think so, because if Vera can control the swarms and whatever's controlling those zombies is a swarm, I think Vera can control whatever's in there. And
Okay.
I know. Before we actually go in there, do you all want to look around to see if we can find those papers? Maybe that'll
Yes,
give us
oh
some more
God,
information.
thank you. I don't want to be here.
Let's
What
let's go find
papers?
these papers.
Yeah.
Have we held for Vera though? I mean, are we...
Well,
Not
should we do
yet.
that? Yeah, maybe we should find those.
Let's find the papers first, because she's totally gonna
Yeah.
freak out otherwise.
All right.
No, she might actually attack us over that one.
Yeah, so let's go.
Just tiptoe past the rooms.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
definitely flying now just so I don't step on the ground.
Okay.
Oh, I guess I'm already marked that way, yes.
Yeah,
Perception,
you're 3
that
feet
door
off
right
the
there.
ground.
To
Which
the
one?
west.
To the east of you?
Yeah, sorry,
Okay.
to the east of me.
I get it
you
confused.
feel the thrum of insects in all directions. So it's difficult to get any kind of clean reading out of that room.
I don't like that room. And
I didn't see anything other than insects when we went in, but they can see you through the south of it.
okay, let's just not go through those doors. And we got these stairs. So
Deal!
let's go up the stairs now.
Stairs sound good.
Did she tell us where we would find it in the house?
She did. I think it was... She described it, and I think she described where it would be. I just can't remember off the top of my head at the moment. I think it's...
Me
Yeah.
either.
She said it would be in her old bedroom.
Okay.
Okay.
So we're looking for a
Bedrooms
bedroom.
upstairs.
Yeah,
It's a
look for a
bedroom. It's
bedroom.
probably in the second story.
Okay. You head up those stairs, and what you actually find is partway up the stairs, there is a bunch of wreckage and debris blocking the path up through those stairs.
Shit.
Ah, fuck. Okay, well, not that way.
House this size, there must be another way up.
It's gotta be.
Just tiptoe
let's-
past those two rooms again.
Yep, and just walk, just ever so gingerly through the house, a destroyed place. Well, we know there's nothing in this direction. We ain't going outside. That's for fuck sure. Guess we gotta go through that last door and try
Is
to
outside
sneak.
worse than inside?
I mean, the big swarms is outside, if I remember.
Yeah, if you look outside, you can see it sort of to the point where you can't quite see the sun. It's just this innumerable swarm around the building.
There was blockage blocking the way through the stairs, but was there any visual that there was an other side through the blockage at all? Or is it completely obscured?
It's completely obscured. There's just a bunch of collapsed wood.
I was gonna be smart for a second. Now I can't even dimension door in there?
Hey, Lovette, if you did your little vibration trick, your dimensional vibration, whatever the heck it is, do you think you could make it through the debris and, get up there and find the letters?
Yes, but I didn't use it earlier because I feel like there was something coming up, and based on what Lisanne said,
How
I
long
kinda-
does it last?
about 10 minutes.
Oh, that's not gonna...
No, it's when we are fighting something that's like a lifetime. But for reading, I don't know about that.
No, that makes sense, Save it for when you actually need it. Just a thought.
Well, I could try to destroy the debris.
I mean, I
No,
could
that
try
might
and
cap-
try and
that might
run and
alert them.
second story
I'm
window,
not
but I
sure
don't
how
want
much
to-
the building would come down if I did that.
Yeah.
I could cast invisibility on myself and try to sneak around.
Can
What?
you cast
can't
that on
just
anyone
take the tree.
else?
Probably, I'm assuming yes.
Wait, do insects, do bees rely on sight?
Right, wouldn't they smell us out, or hear us, or something?
Yeah, what is it? What is...
Can't they see in a wider visual range as well? I mean, would invisibility to anything else be the same as... I don't know, I'm not a fucking entomologist.
Oh! The bridge here, folks! Beardy, may I roll for knowledge on that?
To know if bees would see you if you cast invisibility on yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
What
Alright,
knowledge?
Knowledge nature.
Knowledge nature, okay.
26?
Yeah, bees would see you even if you're invisible.
Fuck bees!
Seriously.
I
I
mean,
want to see that now on like a factoid thing. It's like, fun fact: bees can see you even if you're invisible.
Yeah.
Just
Good
whisper it into your ear just before you're about to go to bed.
You know what? How about we call her, we deal with this? I still have these bug bomb... I
Yeah.
can't go back again. This is
What do
our
you mean,
last
brother?
chance.
Oh, dang.
Let's go to this room over here.
Over where?
just next to Lovette.
What?
Go in that room. We'll do it up
okay,
there.
yeah, this one.
The room to the north.
Correct.
Yeah,
Right.
always look at the insects outside.
Ooh, what's in that door right there?
I think that might
Is
be
that-
outside.
Yeah, I think it leads outside.
Or
No,
it's
just
to
open
the
it.
room to the west. I don't know.
Or it's the room to the other
It
side.
looks like a closet door. It's pretty small.
I'm not going to mess with it.
Fine, I will mess with it.
I'm scared of doors in here.
There, look.
You open it up.
It's
Oh.
open.
You open it up, and it's a small closet with a relatively untouched bit of house inside.
Anything in there?
No,
Damn.
Just me.
just Riz.
Ah.
Come on, it's time you came out of the closet.
please. Yeah.
I was
We have fun here,
demisexual
folks.
the whole time. Wow.
Oh, wow.
I mean, I doubt Vera would want to stay here after
No.
the fact.
But I think the only person after the way you described it, I think the only person that can ask that lovely swarm to leave is Vera themselves.
Still, the question is, would Vera actually tell them to leave?
And if she didn't, she would probably be objecting to us using the bag bomb, so
Yeah.
then we'd have no way of dispelling it at all. If she were to stop us from using it and not dispel it herself.
I don't think that she would. I think that she would help us. I don't think she would. I agree. I don't think she would want to use the bomb. But
I would think that they would want to dispel it because how much
think
it's
it's
hurting the people.
Yeah, she was proud of this. She would have come with us.
That's a fair point.
You two know
She
her
doesn't-
the best.
Yeah.
Do
I
what you
believe
think
in
is right.
I mean, I would like to find those letters first. But then
We
again,
would have to go
I-
outside, I think, to look for the stairs. I am
Perhaps
fine with doing
Vera-
it. Fuck it.
No, I don't. I don't want to call letters a blender.
The only person I think should that even consider going outside is Lovette, and I hesitate to even ask them to do that.
Why? I'm a child of your size. I do not wear armor.
Do you think you can do it?
Go outside. Why?
To go get the letters? I thought that's what you wanted to go get.
No, I was saying it's a blender out there.
Oh.
Sorry, that is in. It's a thing we use in this email to make mixed drinks.
Oh. I
That's
thought this
wild
was
right
like,
now.
like melting almost, you know? Blending?
No,
It's cooking.
I can see. No, it's I had more brute force. It's that. It like chops up tiny little pieces.
We are avoiding the main subject. Are we going to look
Yeah.
for these letters, or are we
You
calling
know,
Vera?
When I think about it, I was kind of on the fence on whether or not these letters are a good thing. I don't really know this woman, even though.
Do we want to make sure
we
we didn't
have
miss any? Do we want to go through here and make sure we didn't miss any hallways?
Sure.
Well,
Just
that
I
doesn't really-
have a.
Yeah. Yes, but we might.
Come
Yeah,
on,
fine.
make sure.
Petravian, you
Nice.
take the lead. As we're making our
Wonderful.
way down a hallway.
Mm-hmm. The group winds around the west side of the building again, almost back toward the way they came, and then they take a left at a hallway instead of a right. You find yourselves in a new area. You think that the door to the east probably leads to the hive room, and there's a door to the west leading somewhere you've not been yet.
Let's do a perception check on this door. Oof, rough.
Did you
That's
not
a
hear a word
14.
I said, Petravian?
Okay. You listen in and get no information that would be helpful. Just again that sort of omnipresent humming.
We'll be fine. We'll be fine. We'll just...
No,
Still
it's
mulling
not
it
about
over.
being Petravian.
What?
Why are you so keen to violate Vera's privacy?
I'm not violating their privacy. That person has
Then
to
you don't
find
mind
these
that she's here first to let us know if she knows what these letters are and if it's okay for us to get them.
I mean, we don't officially know they're related.
No, but I mean, if they're not, she's not going to stop us. If she has a reason to stop us, I feel like she's kind of entitled to it.
What do you want to do, Petravian?
And I mean, she might not even come. She might tell us to go fuck ourselves.
I sure fucking hope not.
Yeah, I don't.
Golly, I really hope not.
You look really like. I don't want to go and find out whatever happened back there. Like, you don't normally look like this reason. This drunk.
Look.
Alright, I'm doing it.
I'm gonna cast sending. I'm sending a message to Vera. It reads,
Vera, Petravian died, and if we try to communicate with the swarm, it will kill us. Also, we found the heart of the swarm.
What, for Vera?
that was for Vera, yes.
Can you repeat that?
I will drop that in chat so that you can see it in writing.
I
There you go.
cannot see it because I can't.
Discord's not on.
Okay, sorry.
Alright, no worries.
So Vera Petravian died, and if we try to communicate with the swarm, it will kill us. Also, we found the heart of the swarm. I didn't even copy that.
Okay.
Oh, fuck. Petravian died.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
That's
mean,
just telling Vera.
I have one more word to work with, so while I want to clarify, I can't.
All right. I guess you're just gonna get a what? There, and then the container that is holding Hummel is going to explode as Hummel multiplies into tens of thousands of himself.
Oh shit!
Okay.
Well, hi.
About 6 seconds later, the swarm will swap, congealing basically into Vera's form until it basically appears as Vera. What the f- I just see
Hi.
Petravian.
Oh no, I'm in the middle.
Do you want to switch places?
Did I hear Lovette put this message out? You're muted if you're talking.
Thank you. My sending is text. It's a little
Okay.
scroll.
Like, Vera's eyes are darting from side to side.
Okay, look,
What
I know
the
you don't
fuck?
want to heal. Look, we all died. We except for reason. We changed time. We don't want to die again. That's the short version.
I do have a question, Beardy.
Yeah, what's up?
I'm wondering if this mega swarm counts as my swarm, which I know because I'd be able to see a whole lot.
It does not count as your swarm.
Okay. What happened? What?
Vera,
Oh,
Petravian points to Riz.
so
Petravian was trying to ask the swarm to dispel, to not kill people anymore.
What swarm? There's
yep.
And Riz
It's
kind
very
of
large.
points, and then they hesitantly take your hand, and they start leading you to an opening in the wall so you can see outside. So they're
you're-
bringing you along
Well, out of
with.
the way.
You're led up to the north, so I'll go ahead and move you here. You're led up to the north where you can look out into the countryside and the area around this building. And you
Vera-
see a massive swarm of insects that blot out the sun and make this entire place kind of seem like twilight at all hours.
This isn't right. This is supposed to be gone.
Well, that's what we're here to do. And we were given a very violent solution to it, but we felt you were opposed to. So we wanted to do a non-violent solution. And die, so we called you.
You were given a violent solution?
Riz holds up the bug bomb, but holds it enough away so that Vera couldn't take it.
Yeah, you see Riz holding a large egg-shaped device that looks like it is some sort of pressure sprayer.
There are people living here in terrible conditions.
Why are they fucking living here? No, there should be no one here.
There is a wall made of this liquid, preventing them from eating everyone.
It's cold, it is not made of the liquid.
I literally could not hear what you were saying.
It's coated with the liquid, it's not made of the liquid.
Coated.
And it's making people very, very sick, especially the poor and the dispossessed.
Yes. Which Kurla and Petravian have done a lot to help with, but, you know.
Putting a bandage on a gaping wound.
Riz, did I guess dead me? You said I communicated with them.
You at first, and then the second time you were just bones.
I mean, not the first time that's happened, but
Yeah, do we know it was not just spell? Maybe we got the right as well. Look, I'm guessing by your response that you don't have a ready solution for this, but you're the most qualified.
This shouldn't even be here. It's supposed to take everything out and leave. It was supposed to disperse.
And if it cannot do that,
What? Why wouldn't it be able to?
there is a wall preventing it from going to the rest of the people because it kills the insects. Therefore, it cannot leave. Because it will not finish the job because the job is not finished. Do you understand?
Vera basically is like kind of like looking forward, and just kind of like dawns on him. So it didn't even. And Vera just goes against the wall. So they all died and it didn't even fucking matter.
who all died?
Everyone at the hive died. At least something could have happened, but no, they all died and nothing actually was resolved. Was it?
Sister,
Okay.
please. Take it from the top for me. Please.
It was large ritual. I don't know how to reverse it if I can. It's just supposed to disperse on itself.
You cannot replace the bomb.
The bomb?
What
is
all this for?
Vera kind of just looks away from Petravian.
You don't have the ability to not talk at this point, Miss Vespid.
Please.
They took everything from me.
Okay.
They threw us to the curb with nothing. And the moment we had a life, they slaughtered Cormac right in front of me. He was all I had. They tried to take me too. But I ran.
Who was Cormac?
Father. He was with one of the elves here.
Teali?
Like a twitch in the eye. So she survived too.
Yes.
All the fucking people.
Vera, what do you want?
I just want to forget this ever happened. That's what I want.
But we can't.
Mm.
We can't.
Like,
All of
what are you
this
going
is
to
causing them to have this wall, and all of this is causing pain to the people that we want to help.
Well, and Vera kind of just like audibly gulps. I could try talking to it, but I don't know if that will be enough. I infused the swarms billions upon billions of insects over 3 months into a jointed hive mind. I just pooled all of the hatred I could into it. Everything I knew about these people and how much I wanted them erased. I don't know if there's any way to erase that.
Well, if you can't do it, I don't think anyone else can.
What about
With
love?
love. Petravian points to the
Don't. Get that hand out of here.
What about it?
You have your love for the hive. You have the love for your people. And Mellifera.
You don't think I had that before? What?
Yes, but what if you pour your love into the hive instead and ask it to disperse?
Vera will look down. I can try.
Why
You
not
can do it.
together? And
You
Riz
didn't
looks
have my
between
love before.
Petra and Vera.
You didn't have my love before.
The beacon of the hive and the hive keeper.
We can try.
We can do.
It will work. I'm confident. I agree with them. If there is anything like... You're not fooling me, Vera. I know you care about everyone. And that, in a way that I can't really even fully relate to, because it's just too big. If that doesn't work, then there's no point, you know? Then we do the violent solution.
Kurla has been quietly listening from the corner, and they will chime in at this point. The people that you wanted dead, that you summoned that swarm for, do you still want them dead? Because if you've still got that hate in your heart, are you going to be able to convince it to disperse?
I do wish that every noble was still dead. But I also know that there's more than them here.
I hope that'll be enough.
I think you need to do something I failed to do, Vera. If you want to succeed here, you have to let your love overcome your need for vengeance. And I can tell you firsthand that if you don't, it won't go well.
I'll do my best.
I believe in you.
So where is it?
Follow me.
It's in this room.
Just so you know, there are going to be, and Riz starts filling Vera in on what's inside the room. There are like these zombies that are controlled by insects, and when you kill them, they turn into swarms also. We're gonna have to take care of them before we can talk to the heart. Just so you know.
What the fuck?
Look, I don't know why it happened. It's your creation, girl.
For you, that's just
Before we get
Come
to,
again?
before
I
we
didn't catch that.
when we get to the door, Petravian will turn to Vera and look deep into their eye and You have my confidence. You have my love. I believe in you.
Vera will nod to Petravian and will grab the door handle in front of him. He's going to open the door.
All right.
Go for it.
Vera, you open the door, and before you, you see a vast room. It is destroyed. There are bits of furniture all over the place. You see a bipedal creature, looks almost like a zombie on the far side of the room. And then if you look up into this room, you see this absolutely massive structure of hive that is just completely thrumming with life. As the door is flung open, this zombie is going to turn and begin to shamble toward you. What would you like to do?
I have a question for you, Beardy.
Yes.
For Wild Empathy, would I be able to use, since I have Wasp Whisperer,
Yes.
would I be able to use Intimidate?
Yes.
Yes?
Well, you'd be able to use Wild Empathy.
Well, 'cause I also have Wasp Whisperer, which lets me just use Diplomacy as well, I believe.
Right. So
Would I be
it's
able to
however
use,
you'd like to do it.
Would I be able
but
to use Intimidate at all?
Yeah, if that's what you want to do. But yeah, you can do either of those social moves against these things. Yeah.
Okay. In that case, Vera will rummage through her bag and is going to pull out a mask.
Okay.
It's going to pull up their hood and place it on their face. And this is the Mask of the Lesser Sister. So which people looking at it, it has these markings that for some reason it brings out this instinctual like fear response. It's basically perfectly designed that it like naturally looks like a predator in a way.
Yeah.
I mean, I already get anxiety whenever I look at Vera.
That's a mood.
Alrighty. Alright. And Vera is going to put their hand forward like that. And is going to yell move to the first zombie that she sees, pointing at the other direction for it to leave.
Okay.
And I'd like to make an intimidation check.
Go for it.
Come on. That is a nat 20 for 47.
Holy bejesus!
Nice.
Okay.
Maleferous smiles upon us tonight.
The strange
I'm
zombie
shaking my boots.
is going to, as it's lurching toward you, it's going to stop immediately upon you saying that. It's going to collapse to the ground like an empty leather bag, and the swarm is going to belch forth from it and fly to the south out of sight.
Damn.
I look over to Rizan and I'm like, that was really scary. I know, why was that so scary?
And Vera's going to walk forward into the door.
All right. You step into the room. You see another one of these creatures to the east. It turns and begins lurching toward you like the other one.
I'm going to make the same motion to it, but to the right side of the room.
Okay.
Alright, let's
I
see.
feel it's like mad this time. Like, really angry.
It's really cool though at the same time, kind of.
That is 41.
All right. This one also collapses to the ground like an empty leather bag. The swarm inside dissipates out of its body and flies northeast out of the entire manor.
Why the fuck wasn't Vera with us in the first fight?
And Vera will continue their way through the room.
All right, Vera, directly above you is a massive hive structure. It thrums with life as untold billions of insects are inside, multiplying and preparing for the eventual destruction of all life in the city. What would you like to do?
I'm going to go into the pose that Vera usually takes when they worship. Hands to both sides, outstretched. You've remained here for 6 years. Why have you not dispersed?
We were given a task. You gave us a task, and we have been trying to complete it the entire time. But our prey are obstinate and refuse to simply die. Have you come to help us finish the job?
There is no point. Everything we fought for died after that night.
And they must pay. You know this. You taught us.
I will finish
They
the job.
must
Then
pay.
you must disperse. I will finish what I started.
We cannot do that. We have a duty. We have to complete this. Vengeance must be gained.
There are people there. People who can help our cause now. We can't throw them to the wind like we did everyone else.
These people are responsible for killing our father, and they have to die.
Some of them have. Few enough must pay that I can finish the job. You need to go about your way. The vengeance that I needed you to enact has occurred. So disband. I'd like to intimidate.
Okay. Ooh, it's gonna be pretty tough.
That is a 31, because
Okay.
fuck me.
Your beautiful, beautiful fours, as always, coming
Yeah.
back.
Yeah. The typical luck is returning after your short stint into having good luck.
It felt good, though.
Yeah.
It worked.
You just have to
Worked well.
skip a session and you can accumulate enough good luck for
Okay.
one natural 20.
I can accumulate
Yeah.
2 rolls for each
Two
session.
good rolls after. Yeah. For every session absent, you get 1 good roll banked. There you go. All right. You get the sense that the swarm is not listening to your commands and is single-minded in its purpose. Apparently, the hatred you were feeding it was pretty good at the time, and yeah, it's not scared of you. I'll put it that way.
Fair.
Vera, do you want
So
me to help?
intimidation may not be the route you'll be able to take to succeed here.
Vera, do you want me to help?
What? You say that?
If you
Have we
can.
heard any of this?
Yeah, I'll let this fully be audible. Yeah.
Oh, okay. That changes a lot.
Well, do we hear the B side or just Vera's side?
You hear both sides.
Oh, okay.
With Vera here, this thing's able to speak.
Well, we did not talk about vengeance.
What?
You know what you need to do. You know.
You need to subside your own rage. Don't talk
Yes.
about finishing the job. Let it go.
How am I supposed to let that go?
You did for 6 years.
Because look what happens when you don't.
It grows and it eats and it destroys and it hurts.
It destroys everything. It will take everything from you if you let it consume you.
How many more innocents will die for your vengeance?
Vera looks down, just gonna take the mask off. and is going to look at the hive on the ceiling. If we keep this up, we're going to lose everyone again. Everyone we loved. I've already lost them twice. I can't lose them a third time. And attacking them again is just going to bring more attention to our family.
We have found a new path. We are showing what we can be, not rolling over land as a pestilence.
So
We are showing
just-
love and empathy to all around us.
So we're just to let them go? To forgive
Yes.
them?
Yes.
For all the pain and misery they have caused? For the
Yes.
deaths they have caused?
Pain and misery begets pain and misery. It never solves.
You forgive your own father's killers?
Vera's jaw just kind of starts to shake. Yes.
There is a shockwave through the hive here. For a moment, it affects the air pressure in the room, and you all kind of have the breath stolen from your lungs for a second. You feel something change in the room.
I'm proud of you, sister.
Vera's just going to basically slump down so that they're basically crouching on their knees. It's just kind of like gyrating. You can't really hear like crying, but you can see the like undulation.
So how I look when I'm trying to pretend that I'm not crying around people.
Yeah.
I have seen my brothers and sisters try so many times in the past to be bogged down by things like revenge and hatred. So many times our families have been destroyed because of these things. I knew you were different. That has been proven today.
I just wanted them to know what it was like. I wanted them to know what it was like to lose everything. To run, not knowing if you'd survive, with no one. I just wanted them to know what it was like.
Thank you for forgiving them.
And Vera's just going to take a moment for themselves.
Riz is gonna crouch down just to be near you. They're not gonna touch you, but they're just
Okay.
giving you their presence.
The swarm above you begins to dissipate. They're flying out of the hive and off out of the building.
After a while, Vera will swipe across their face, sniffing. Did you get what you were looking for?
Not yet. Let's get going if you are ready.
You have to look across this building then?
For a moment, but I doubt it'll take us very long. We have a moment here, and then we have to go get the parts.
Well, the parts should be here.
Als je juist wist dat je staat.
I circled it on the map.
The map got lost. Sorry about that.
Something like that, yeah.
It's on the top.
Yeah, sorry, I don't know what happened to it. It must have been my clumsy finger. Sorry.
I got lost in the. I mean, to get here, everybody went inside Lovette's cube thing, and
I lost
had to
it.
get us here.
I lost it.
Yeah. I got turned around. I'm sorry.
It was on me. Don't worry about it.
Well, can we get going then?
Yes.
And Riz will kind of hold out their hands to help Vera up.
Oh, and take it. A bit too strong of a grip.
It's okay, I'm squishy.
Just your like hands crack a little bit.
Bitch. Alright, so we go around the house searching for this bedroom with the documents first.
Yep.
Yes.
All right. Well, you search around the house. Most of it's destroyed. As you're searching it, though, you notice that the amount of insects in here is steadily decreasing as they're moving out of the building. So, Petravian finds the way up to the second floor in a large, stone-filled area. There's a dragon statue that's been beaten to a pulp. There's a staircase leading up to the second floor.
Is that why Vera is scared of dragons? She just had this dragon statue that like traumatized her as a child.
You have to ask Vera.
Are you fucking kidding me? That's not happening.
Alright, so as you head up the stairs, you find yourselves on the second floor.
Just opening willy-nilly, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, there's no danger here anymore.
So we're noticing that the swarm has begun to
It is
significantly
in the
subside.
process of subsiding. Yeah, the insects are moving away, almost as if either the hive mind has been severed and they're now just normal insects, or they're in the process of moving out of here to go relocate somewhere else. Either way, they don't appear to be threatening to anyone anymore.
So how soon do you all think that the folks on the other side of the wall, the nobles, are going to notice that we've effected a change over here?
I think we should probably get those pallets as fast as we can.
That's
Right.
what I'm working on. We need to just find this fucking thing.
Alright, let's see. Lovette, you see a bedroom to the southeast.
Ooh.
Through a destroyed bathroom, you see a bedroom.
So,
It appears to be the remains of a noble bedroom, Lovette.
Is there a like?
Would you like to
end
search
table?
the area?
Yes, I would.
Give me a perception check, please.
Got it.
Lovette, searching the area, you find underneath the bed is a small wooden lockbox. A little bit bigger than a jewelry box, a little bit longer and wider, but not terribly deep. It looks like it's big enough to hold a small stack of papers. That's about it.
That should be
There
good.
is a lock on the front, and it is currently securely locked.
Shall we get going for the parts then?
yes.
I'll
Alright.
just stash that away for now.
Okay.
And we head out of the building and start making our way to the north then.
Making your way downtown. You got it. So, did you want to head back through the sewers down the privy, or did you want to head outside, like, out of the building?
Is the swarm still out there too?
It is getting lighter outside. There's fewer bugs in the atmosphere.
Let's just go outside.
Yeah.
Touch some
Right.
grass.
You touch grass, yeah. All right. Well, in that case, you all make your way outside of the Vianney estate. And I'm going to go ahead and push that. You find
Alright.
yourselves outside of the Vanny estate in the Pinterest estates. The east side of the town is quickly returning to normal as the swarm is dissipating. You would like to head to the, I'm assuming, the Horus Vistal estate in the north?
Correct.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You head up that way, crossing the area quickly. You find destroyed buildings, bodies, like skeletal remains in certain places. You also find more of those almost like empty leather bags of like what was once a person lying around. So more of these swarm hosts scattered around that are now empty. So it appears that until very recently, this entire place would have been pretty nasty.
There's definitely a residual what the fuck Vera lying inside of Lovette not coming out.
And Vera currently has the hood up and is not looking like to the sides at all, just kind of looking down and straight, basically trying not to look at what everything looks like.
Poor baby. It's okay, we'll be gone soon.
Petravian puts his hand out in front of Lovette, in front of Vera to like, do you want to hold hands, kind of deal.
Vera does not take it because Vera does not want to hold hands.
Okay.
We all want to hold Vera's hands, though,
I
and we have to
know, so
accept
bad.
that she doesn't like that.
I want to hold Vera's hand and feel her strong arms.
Wow.
All right, you find outside the Horus Vistal estate is a series of manufacturing facilities. So you can go ahead and start to search through those if you'd like.
Yeah,
I'd like a
this shit
perception
quickly.
check from everyone in the party to search the area.
you got it.
37.
37.
Thank goodness, because I'm rolling crap.
22.
23.
Perception, you say?
Yes.
That is a 30 from me.
Alrighty.
Wonderful.
And that would be a 35 from Vera.
Wonderful. All right. Well, in that case, Vera and Riz, as you two are checking through some stuff, you find one of these factory buildings. And as you are walking through it, you're seeing just collections of partially built magic items on these workbenches. And you turn a corner and you see a much larger open workspace. And inside appears to be this strange spiraling contraption. It's partially put together and it's made of these rolls, these big rolls of metal, like sheeting, built into kind of a spiral. And it has weird glyphs written into it and inscribed on it. And it has this lens at the end that looks like it's made of a polished ruby. And you're pretty sure that this might be what you're after.
Found it.
Wow, that's
A moment later, the rest of the party gathers and Lovette lays eyes on this thing. Lovette, make a knowledge engineering check for me, please.
You got it, Chief.
You got
Alright,
this.
hang this on. There we are.
Beautiful.
Oh, the net 20!
Oh,
So-
shit!
So with a 45, you look at this and you know without a doubt that this is the partially constructed energy siphon. With a little bit of work, a little bit of modification, you believe this could be used to channel an incredible amount of positive energy to counteract half of the Deadlands. And with that sense of satisfaction that you guys are this much closer to your goal of saving the world, we're going to take a short break.
And we're back and emotionally destroyed.
Woo!
I'm scared
boy.
still. We're done with all the scary stuff, and I'm still super scared.
Yeah. All right. So, thanks for being here. And what we just came back from is the party having a pretty emotional bit of catharsis there, with Vera having a conversation with the swarm and forgiving them for murdering her father, which caused the swarm to dissipate. After having forgiven the nobles, the swarm lost its core of hatred that it needed to continue, and it is now in the process of dispersing. So the party then went over, grabbed the box of something out of Taeli's old bedroom.
Letters.
Maybe,
Yeah.
letters, air quotes.
That's
Legal
what she said
documents.
was.
Legal
And then-
documents.
Zoomed over to the northwest to get to the Horus Fistal estate, where you guys went through some of the factories up there, and you found yourself the partially constructed bits of an energy siphon. So, taking a little bit of time to load that, not too terribly much time. It's not really all that difficult to do.
Yeah, I didn't know what size is it, by the way.
Oh, it's size category huge.
Oh, yeah, that goes into a dimension.
Yeah, that's going into the box.
Also, while we were looking for the device, did I see any like smaller magical trinkets, like daggers or anything, or anything that I could?
A lot of the
Snatch,
stuff
snatch.
in the factoriums here are partially constructed.
Yep.
It looks like any finished products were taken somewhere else.
Okay.
So this is like, there's a lot of magical ingredients here and a lot of reagents and things, but the finished products didn't end up in these buildings.
You could get into alchemy with all the reagents.
I was about to say the same thing. I was like, oh yeah, there's plenty of stuff for your alchemy.
Could I
Different
do a
house.
perception check to see if I see any eye ointment used for true seeing lying around?
How much is the material cost on that?
I honestly don't know. Let's double check that.
Yeah.
Are we gonna loot this
No.
place? Is that what we're doing?
I mean, if there are
we're stealing
reagents
shit now.
lying around, then that might be handy. You never know. I remember it being expensive, which is why I asked. So, 250 gold pieces.
You can make a perception check,
Okay.
please.
We get
Thank
back,
you.
we're like,
I
that
shall.
swarm was terrible. They tried to mug us. They told us they robbed all of the houses. The insects did, that is.
That is a 35.
All right. So, Kurla, as you look around the area, you are able to find a little jar of eye ointment that you think is the proper thing for that spell. So, yeah, go ahead and give yourself one charge of that.
Thank you.
Nice, nice.
It's like the only thing I recognize from all of this stuff lying around. Hey, I know what that is. That looks familiar.
And a lot of it's also been eaten by insects and destroyed. So a lot of like the more fragile reagents are no longer valuable or viable as reagents.
As
So-
we're all loading this shit in, I say to Vera, that was a lot in there, wasn't it?
Vera will nod.
You don't have to unpack any of this. But if we need to get out of here, you may need to, if you can, swap back with Hummel.
Do I have a second one by now? Although,
To swarm swap and all that?
yeah, because I got one back in like level, I don't even know, 6 or something.
Let's see.
It's homebrewed, so it's not
I
gonna be
see.
anything.
I see. Okay, I'll have to check the class here. I'll keep going. Sorry.
I'm not sure, but you might need me to be close enough by if something happens.
You're not wrong. I mean, it went pear-shaped in there, but up until that point, it went better than I hoped.
I'll be.
I mean, you would be very proud of me. I didn't speak to anybody.
That's good. Because if you did, to be honest, you can't trust what they're going to say. One of them literally told my father that they loved them with all their heart and then threw him out like garbage.
Did they try to take the whole kit and caboodle?
They had it. There's nothing to take.
They just wanted it all to themselves, huh?
I don't know, something about their family. They wanted to remain with them. That was more important.
I'm gonna cast knock on this little box.
Alright, you cast knock on the little box, and the lock is just gonna fall right off.
What are you doing? What are you doing to my books?
I'm gonna pick up the lock to lock it back up again, but I'm gonna open it and I'm gonna look through these papers I'm assuming
Okay.
are in here.
You open the box, and inside is a stack of letters. They're open, and they're bound by a simple string. Keep them into a single bundle.
I'm gonna take note on how it's knotted, every detail, and then I'll open it and look through them.
Okay.
So, I didn't know when I should mention the lockbox is in my inventory right now. Like, I'd have to
Gotcha. Okay.
give it to you.
Lovette, can I have that box while you're putting that stuff in the box? The other box.
Wait, which box? You
The
want
small box.
It's not. Let's wait. The actually small box or the smaller but bigger box?
Vera's mother's.
Shouldn't we give that to Vera first?
You're busy doing this.
Okay, I wanted to confirm with her, but if you're sure,
Keep at it, okay? You're doing great. And they'll walk away. And then I'll do all those things.
Okay. So you read through the stack, and they're pretty much all addressed the same way, which is to my dearest Taeli. And as you're reading through them, they appear to be love letters. They're postmarked a good long time ago. A lot of them are fairly old at this point. Let's see here. So, what you find is they're marked about 27, 28 years, 29 years, in that range. About 30-year-old letters, we'll say. And what it seems to cover is one side of a conversation that you can kind of piece together in your head. But it appears to be love letters from a man named Cormac. All of them are signed in one way or another at the end, Cormac. And it appears that this person was, as the letters go on, very deeply in love with Bailey. And as you're reading through them, it becomes evident that at a certain point, Taeli was with child. And you continue through the letters, and then there's a gap, and then the date moves forward a little while, And then you piece together that it seems that Cormac was no longer in close proximity to Taily. He was writing from Vil. And then the letters stop very suddenly.
Okay.
You find one of the letters. One of the letters was that he and another person, another character that he was mentioning, the person was being written about in those as well. Someone by the name of Laecia. And then suddenly the letters stop, and there's no satisfying conclusion to their love story. You get the sense that they very much missed each other, and that Cormac was with someone named Laecia, and that both of them missed her very much.
Alright, Riz is gonna close these all properly, bind them back up in the knot that it was in, close the box, lock it with its lock, put it in their cloak. And then they're gonna kind of walk over to Vera, waiting for Petravian and Vera to kind of finish talking. And then they approach. Vera, can I ask you a question?
What is it, Risen?
Who is Lysithia? I think I'm saying it right.
Are you saying it as it is in there, or are you saying
As
like
it
that?
is, I literally can't remember the
Alright.
pronunciation.
So
I'm
it's
sorry.
So Laecia.
Laecia. Okay. Laecia. Who is that?
And Vera's eye will very heavily twitch at the name. And swallows. It's my name once.
Well, you are Vera, so don't worry about it. That is the past. I apologize for saying it.
And Vera's going to turn to Petravian. Brother, what would you have done? If you knew who your killers were. The killers who took your parents' life. If you had a direction for that anger.
Well, the old me?
Yes.
Remember what happened when we were dealing with the twins?
Vera will
The brother
nod.
and sister? Not going to deny something like that. But I didn't have that knowledge. And a lot more people got hurt.
Because you joined the army?
Because I joined the army, the Legion. So, the new, the new me. Killed them with kindness, as it were. Be the best that we can be. And drive them out. As you would a... well, parasite. You maybe wouldn't kill them, but... shoot, as it were. Make all the people see who they really are. Let them live, but take their pestilence somewhere else.
Vera will nod, just thinking about this.
And take all their money.
Maybe not. Riz has just been standing by, and I think that might have been more for themselves than you guys.
I mean, it's harder for them to hurt others when they can't control others, and people can control a lot with a mountain of money.
You would think.
Really?
I am here. They're not gonna give us enough money to take away their own power. That would be crazy.
It would.
No.
Here's the box back, Lovette.
Yes.
I don't think that transferring the stuff, especially if this is huge, then I imagine there's enough room for Archie. And if there's enough room for Archie, then it only took me a few minutes. So I'd like to think that I've been I started to come into the room, and then I heard this conversation, just stood outside the room.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Vera doesn't know. My guess is Vera doesn't. Does Vera know that they're planning on giving us money?
No,
No one said it.
no
No.
one said it.
No, I
No,
mean,
I
you said so in a really sort
Weird,
of
obscure way.
yeah.
No one's
So-
told Vera about any deals we've made.
If I were in Vera's shoes right now, I would think Petra was 100% suggesting we rob them.
Yeah, that's how I took it.
It does sound
I mean,
like that.
You were like, oh, if we walk away with all their money, that would sure be great.
Yeah, that would be great. But I think the best way to get rid of them is have the people see who they are and do what we do best, is help them, lift them up, show them the better way.
And we will. The world is changing. And they'll have to change, eventually. Or I'll find a way for them to.
So, Vera,
Proud of you.
Turn to Riz.
will you come with us back across the wall? Or will you just be nearby?
I mean, it'd be dangerous for you if I was near you.
Well, we can deal with dangerous. I don't think it could possibly be as dangerous on the other side of the wall as it was from where we just came.
I will let you decide.
Are
You
people
all-
gonna, kill you on sight? Do the guards know what you look like? And Kurla will have sort of wandered over at this point from their own exploration of stuff. They were kind of giving everyone their space, but they'll wander over, seeing
No.
that people are now congregating again.
They could surely try
What, to recognize you or to hurt you?
to kill me.
Right, but would they recognize you to try, is my question.
I assumed that if they remained, it was under my impression that everyone had died. So if there were some that remained, they would clearly have known what my face looked like because I was captured at one point.
Right.
But either way, I
Well,
wouldn't
that
be
might be
walking
cool.
around as this. Like, I can literally transform into insects.
I mean, other people as well, if I remember correctly.
What was that? I couldn't hear that.
Other people as well, right?
Well, yes,
Nice,
but
okay,
I
so,
still
yeah.
have this armor, and it kind of, and Vera points to there's like the honeycomb patterns and stuff.
I mean, I guess it's not like you used to wear that. They might be looking for clean.
I did always have something that kind of looked like this, and Vera holds out the modified mellifluous sting.
I'm not sure there's going to be any way that you can sort of pass unnoticed amongst them by the
I
sound
think
of it.
I mean, if you can turn into bees, that would do it.
Well,
Oh.
I mean, is that not going to be very dangerous? Going nearer to the wall in bee form, is that still not going to have an impact?
What
The
about
wall is
not
still up.
that wall,
Right.
but the other wall?
Why does it matter if I'm by a wall?
The wall kills people. That's the whole issue.
And the bees.
The wall holding back, what that was holding back the swarm is very toxic to the swarm and to the people as well.
Mortals.
I don't know if I get where you're coming from, Kurla, and this decision is up to you, Vera, but I think
I'm gonna pull it back up.
you should be the one to deliver this.
What is this?
I don't know. We were told to retrieve it by someone. Well, let me ask you, with the manuals that we found the hive in, this used to be your home, no?
Vera looks at it, at the box. He's kind of tilting it around, inspecting it. This was never my home. My father was kicked out not long after I was born.
Fine, but you had family there. Maybe not family you wish to have. But
I only had a father. I had no mother.
alright.
And
That's
Vera's going to open up the box if it's open.
I put the lock back on.
Box is locked.
I'm going to try to open it with raw strength.
Strength check.
You got it.
Vera, I could just tell you what's in there.
But you could.
That's a 24.
Ooh, nice. Roll. All right. Vera, you get in there and you just rip the top of this thing right off. Hinges and all of it comes right off.
Thank God I have mend.
What do I see?
You see a bundle of papers tied together with a fine string.
I lift it up. Is there anything underneath it?
You tell me.
I don't know. Is there? I'm trying to see if there's any valuables in it.
Probably just the letters,
Okay.
unless there's an heirloom that I'm forgetting about.
Uh,
But
It's fine. Vera's gonna put it down, close it, and throw it to Lovette. It's junk.
Give it to me, I'll fix it.
I mean, I got it.
I've got men as well.
Okay, cool.
You just fix it the old-fashioned way.
Alright, good evening. I still think it would do you good, but I mean, I'm not in a position to be giving advice.
Oh, by the
Frankly,
gods. They were letters from your father to your mother. Or your whatever lady who birthed you.
Oh,
I hate beating around the bush like this. It's old passe. I'm done. I'm tired. That's what's in the box.
So garbage.
Do you want any information of what was left of your father in writing? They were his letters.
To the person who threw him out and had him murdered.
True.
well, perhaps it is something to discuss when you hand it over.
I don't think that's necessary per se for Vera.
No, I don't think it is necessary.
Not
But I
to
think it might be good for you.
not to poke the bee's hive here, but do you know for absolute certain that it was this Keni? I so bad with names. Elvish names are tricky, but do you know for sure that it was this person who betrayed your father? Not one of the other nobles or
Who else would
one
give
of
a
their
shit?
family? Pardon me?
Who else would give a shit?
We don't know their story. Tell
Yeah.
us what happened. Without, just assuming we know. Because you kind of do that when you talk.
Well, I don't know that much about it. He didn't necessarily like to talk about all that much.
Well,
So
what do you remember?
About what in particular?
That's
Well-
awesome.
There was some sort of indication that at some point when you were really little you lived here. And then you left and lived in Ville for a while. And then... I'm not sure.
We lived in Ostrovik my entire life. And he always just told me that he loved her. She let us go because something about her family. She wanted to stay with her family. And then one night, these guards came up. They had all the livery of someone from here. And Vera kind of chokes up slightly. My father opened the door and they slaughtered him. They nearly cut him in two. And then I ran. That's what I know. I know he loved her once, and that she betrayed that.
I don't know that.
But do you want to know why?
But what if it wasn't her? What if it wasn't this woman?
Even if it
that
was,
ordered the
this is
kill
the only
shot?
chance to find out why. And if you don't want to know, I will not push it. I am not going to pretend that I know it's best for you. Frankly, today you demonstrated that you are capable of what I am not. I just want to be there for you, is all.
If you're so curious, you can ask. But if I ask and I don't like the answer, I can't say what I'll do to her. So you can ask.
A thought. What if you transformed into a bee? Lovette can make another little terrarium, hide out in the terrarium, and you can listen in.
Vera puts a hand to their forehead. I don't care what this elf has to say. Alright?
Okay.
It's not some, forgiveness that I need to know about. I don't need to hear her voice. Or see her.
Okay.
I just want to forget this place exists.
I know.
Well, then it would probably make sense for you to not be around while we finish up here.
I suppose it is true.
Are you still...
Something tells me.
Are you
Something
all-
tells me that the swarm is gone. They're gonna start rushing into here, making new claims and stakes.
And it'd be rather hard to explain who you are or where you came from. The armor, the whole story, why we didn't use the bug bomb, all of it.
I mean, you could hang out in the Vardo.
No, we're
Well,
gonna
we
say
take
we
care of
use
it.
the bug bomb.
Yeah, but
Is it-
that.
Okay.
But
I
then
don't
there would be
care.
where we can't do that.
Why
I
not?
don't give a
Nope.
shit if we tell
No
someone
bug
anything.
corpses. Bugs are just gone. They're not. There's no corpses on the ground.
Did we see a lot of insect corpses or along the wall?
You weren't on the wall, the insect side of the wall.
Well, okay, but on their side, did we see any?
No.
Well, how would they know what happens? They were on the other side.
Hmm.
For all they know, it vaporized them.
Do they give a shit?
Yeah,
Do we
right?
give-
I was just going to chuff them up.
If we tell them something they don't like, I can literally put us basically anywhere in a second. 6
Okay.
seconds. That is close enough.
If we're gonna say we use the bomb, we should probably empty it of, the material that would have been emptied.
I put it in the box with the other stuff for now.
We'll
Oh, we're
figure
good.
out how to properly dispose of it without causing danger.
I'm just saying if they wanted to see the empty one as proof or something, I probably not. They'd probably take the absence of insects as
I
proof.
mean, the whole point would be that we would have left it in that house anyways. Why would we have
Fair
taken
enough.
the shell?
I don't know. I'm just trying to think ahead to objections they might make.
We're
I don't
not
want
going
to
to
arouse
give
their
them enough
suspicions.
time to look inside that house.
And I
We're,
mean,
we're
again,
giving them a bit of
I-
time now.
Okay. Vera, leave. Let's go.
I'll be outside the town.
Be safe.
And Vera's going to transform into a dragonfly,
Mm-hmm.
the smallest they can go, which is about rat-sized. And it's going to zoom right past, avoiding
Alright.
the wall of death, as
Vera
she has been warned.
skims away.
All right. Should we go in the sewers, or do you guys want to go through the wall? Cause like,
Hey, Lovette, can you just transporter paddles over to the Vardo?
you're not wasting a teleport.
Yeah, we might need that to get the fuck out.
Why didn't we just
True.
go through the door? I mean, that
I just didn't
I
know
mean-
if we want to avoid the liquid. That's all.
A dragonfly
let's-
will fly right back and transforms into Vera. Do you have any way of contacting me if something goes down?
I've got a few. I've got like 2.
I can reach out if needs be.
All right. And Vera turns back into a dragonfly.
I was one.
They're starting to think more ahead. Huh.
Okay.
Neat.
Riz starts
What was that
walking.
supposed to
Yeah, Kurla's just gonna follow Riz wherever Riz is
Yeah.
headed, presumably. So gate, sewers, what are we doing here? Gate would
Let's
draw a
just
lot
do
of
the
attention.
To the gate. Just call over the gate.
What the fuck was the lion noise?
That was
I didn't
somebody
know the kid-
skating past my apartment.
Nice.
No worries.
Rawr.
I don't feel right about these, honestly.
About what in particular?
I mean, Vera has shit that needs resolving still. Yeah.
It's up to Vera if Vera's gonna resolve it or not.
No, I know, but that doesn't mean I have to be happy about it. She's my friend, and I'm worried about her. I don't want
Fair
her to
enough.
hold
I
on
just-
to.
I feel like... How to explain it? If she doesn't want to see that woman and she's never considered her a mother, what even is the point if you don't have that familial love towards someone?
Well, sure, but
They're just a stranger then.
I
I have
think
this
that
nagging.
the connection could be found. I don't know. I agree. I mean, I'm not trying to force her, but I feel like after this whole revelation of forgiveness, there's still a pit in the inside.
If we survive this whole, end of the world thing, maybe Vera will come back here someday and, form that connection. Who knows?
I just have this nagging thing in the back of my head.
Alright, now that we're at the wall, we're done talking about all this, okay?
Alright.
What's the next
Alright.
thing?
So, as you guys traveled south through the quarantine part of the city, you do pass through the central forum, the hub of all of the spokes that the city sort of built around. And there is this 5-part statue built there. Each part of that statue recognizes a different a different household of these 5 houses that have united to create this place. Anyway, just wanted to mention that because it was kind of neat looking. You guys further move down to the south, and you eventually make it to the makeshift quarantine wall entrance gate. As you approach, the gate is opened, and you are allowed access back into the protected part of town. You make it over there, and where would you like to go?
Nobles?
Yeah, let's get the fuck out of this always.
All right, you head to the Fitcorin estate, and from there, what would you like to do?
Enter and ask if we can have an audience.
Yes.
With
All right.
The erroneous one, I forget the main guy that hired us. And Teale and whatever the fuck her last name is.
we talking to her first, or well, I should ask in character. So who are we going to talk to first? The main,
I don't know.
Paele,
It
or...
might be the whole we go into the ballroom again and they're all just kind of there,
Oh, it makes sense. They're all just drinking and fucking around. So yeah, all right.
Petravian, you have no tongue. Everyone got their rules?
Wait, oh, yes.
Alright. Go in. We seek an audience with the nobles. We have returned after accomplishing our mission requested by them.
All right. So the administrators on the first floor of the building are going to, happily escort you up to that ballroom. And it's mostly empty at this point, but it is a useful meeting space. A moment later, a handful of people will join you there. A couple of nobles, a couple of his aides, and a couple guards are going to show up. And he kind of has his hands together. He says, "Is it true? Are the rumors true?"
I didn't think the bomb would work, but it was amazing.
You'd have to specify which rumors, but if you mean there are rumors about the swarm being gone, then yeah, that's true.
It worked better than I ever imagined.
Mm-hmm.
I expected the swarm to be damaged, that we would have to still fight it and push it back, but it sounds like it's dissipating at a greater rate than anyone imagined.
We just did a really good job, I guess.
You all are miracle workers.
I know I am.
Well, we do our best.
Technically some of us are.
Things will be able to get back to normal. This place will become a paradise. All this undue suffering will end.
So, how
There'll be a
soon
new
will
age here. What's that?
How soon will you be able to take down the wall that's making so many of your people sick?
Immediately, I'm sure.
Yeah, if you need help with that, I could help smash it down.
Oh, we shouldn't take up your time with something as trivial as that.
That
I'm
kind
sure you're all interested in getting your pay and going along your way, right?
There's
I
that, but I'm
suppose
concerned about all the sick people and people who are going to continue to get worse until the wall goes down.
No, don't worry. There were medical facilities on the other side of town, on the east side of town. Once we can reclaim that, I'm sure we'll be able to heal all of the people here.
A lot of the buildings had suffered major structural damage because of the swarm.
It will be a matter of time, I'm sure, before everything is running perfectly again, but now it's just a matter of some hard work instead of a matter of life and death, so this is a whole different matter.
But you are committing to making sure that the people who are sick, the poor, the dispossessed, the homeless, all of them, that you'll be taking care of them.
Of course, why wouldn't we? This place runs on everyone working. If we have a large population of sick and dispossessed, they do no good for anyone. We want to make sure everyone is healthy and happy.
Can I do a sense motive on that?
Sure.
Thank you. Ooh, that is a nat 20 for 34.
Nice.
Isn't that 20? Okay, so you get the sense that he might be a little bit on the utilitarian side, but yeah, he believes that having a sick workforce would benefit no one. So, getting workers in here that are healthy enough to work makes sense, and having workers here that are not healthy enough to work doesn't help anybody. It's not good for the workers, and it's not good for profits for his businesses.
Okay.
So, yeah, he seems interested in getting everything back to a functional state, which means probably healing the sick.
Thank you, I appreciate the reassurance.
Will you heal them for free?
That would be up to Shamish, I believe. The temple on the east side of town belongs to Shamish, Vaska, and Cloak.
So it's
I suppose the three of them would have to be the ones to make that decision. But we'll be getting clerics in here soon, I'm sure.
I would like to honor Shamish with my money in order to allow these people to not have to pay for their health.
I see. That's a wonderful gesture and all, but I'm not really the one to talk to about that. You'll want to speak with someone that's a representative of the temple, I suppose.
Is there anyone available?
I can send for the priest. I'm sure that the cleric of Shamish is around the town somewhere doing his work, out of the temple. But now that things are going to start to be able to be reclaimed, I'm sure he's already making plans to take back the building and put it to good use. But I'll put a word out that you're looking for him.
Thank you.
Of course.
Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you. You, like I said, you're all miracle workers.
I'm just an engineer.
Well, you've engineered your way to saving the city.
So,
Oh my god.
shall we sign papers and such?
What for? It's a simple agreement. 100,000 gold each, plus a bonus of another 100,000 gold. Is that not the case?
Whatever.
That
well,
was, yes.
Well, why not?
Okay.
All right.
Is that not a fair compensation? I mean, you did more than I expected, so I wouldn't be surprised if you all wanted to
No, we're not trying
negotiate for a higher pay.
Please, we're not trying to haggle here. We're just trying to make. We are more in the dirty work side of things. The formalities are like the handiwork, the busy work. We did the thing. The transfer of the money is different depending on who we're working with.
The money is fine.
Yes, yeah. I wish to say, well, it's clean.
Oh, very well, very well. That's this way. He turns and leads you all down to the other end of the ballroom, down a hallway, and he's
Sense
leading
motive
you guys-
again. Actually, no, I'm sorry. I don't have any reason to do that. Never mind. Never mind. I have no good in-character reason to do that, so I apologize. Never mind.
So he leads us down?
This is the incredible amount of suspicion from the party.
Paranoia.
It's really great.
Yeah.
It's like, okay,
The
Sorry.
party.
Well,
I'm taking him at his word.
half the party.
Listen, and me as a player, I am just anticipating getting fucked over at any opportunity by
Yeah.
anybody.
We-
So
I mean, we don't know if they heard or not, so I'm.
when a
just setting
billionaire
double
says, "Hey,
cross.
I'm going to give you a bunch of money," and then
I'll suck your dick.
Yeah, actually, fair point. Yeah, if a billionaire says they're going to give you a lot of money and it's without strings attached, then that you just generally don't know what the strings are.
Mm-hmm.
just can't see the strings wrapping around your throat yet.
Right, but this is not for a no reason thing. This was an agreed
Right.
upon
We did our
service
job.
rendered. You did your job. He wants to pay you. Don't be like, he's gonna pay us. Kill him.
He must die.
So he leads you down a hallway, and down another hallway, and then down another hallway. It's a big building. And he eventually gets to what are these really powerfully reinforced doors. Looks like probably a vault of some kind is on the other side of this door. He says, I think you actually are all in deserving of a bonus as well. Because you went sort of above and beyond. By not just damaging the swarm, but by completely getting rid of it. So,
Oh, yeah, okay.
we managed to recover while we were falling back initially from the swarm. We managed to recover a fair bit of the surplus supplies from the Horus Vistal factories, their magic item production. So we do have
Please
a.
ignore her.
I'm sorry.
So we do have
She's
a.
cold. She's cold. Sorry.
Yes.
We do have a supply of surplus magic items that we keep for various reasons, like for selling or for rewards, or for our own use, even if it's something useful. But I figure you can each select an item of your choice from the room. Is that fair? As well as the gold, of course.
That's very kind of you. Thank you.
If you're sure, I don't want to take more
course.
than needed.
Of course, yes, thank you. You do not mind if I look at the ones that I do not choose?
Take
Correct?
all the time you need, please.
Oh, wonderful.
So he
thank you.
goes up and he takes this key out, He opens this. He puts the key in the keyhole, turns it. These really large, like I said, like very heavy doors open up for this vault, and inside you see like one of the most fabulously insane things you've ever seen, like literal piles of gold in this
Scrooge
place.
McDuck. Scrooge McDuck.
Yeah. But also there are tables with like assorted magical items of various types inside. Weapons and armor pieces, like they're on shelves and hanging up in different places. And he basically kind of, with a flourished bow, sort of allows you all entry to the room.
Also, I want to cast Detect Magic just to see if the doors are enchanted. I'm just curious if I could have potentially, if in another lifetime I could have just walked in there.
Okay, now Detect Magic is a spell that creates light and sound, so...
I mean...
You know.
Is that...
It's not... and that's fine. I'm just saying you would be casting a spell at the room, so just... I don't know if that would throw them... Like, if that would be something that they would consider suspicious or not. I'll let you be the judge of that, if you want to go ahead and cast that.
I don't think so.
You're just checking out the items. You know?
Are
what
you
items
sure?
are magical?
Yeah.
That's a DM asking, are you sure?
Oh, well... I guess not.
It's up to you. Like, if you want to do
I mean,
that.
I've always flavored my Detect Magic as just being a little thing on my wrist that I can just look at, so like I haven't really had to worry about it making light.
But it's gonna go like boop boop bop boop boop boop, and it might flash a little bit. So
When Vera does it, it just lights up her eyes.
I don't know if I would
eye
have
is very
changed my
convenient.
decision.
Okay. Well, in that case, you detect magic.
Mhm.
So the first 6 seconds of detecting magic is whether there is or isn't magic. You detect that there is magic. If you want to stand there and continue processing the information, you can.
I mean, yeah, we were offered a bunch of magic items. I think that this is a pretty reasonable response to that.
She's
I'm
just
just going through.
looking over what
Yeah.
kind of items they are. Don't mind her. Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm just doing research.
It's fine. So
Petravian
you guys.
leans over to Riz and kind of nudges them and gives like belt around Petravian's belt, like that concerned look, trying to get across. Shit. Helm, belt. Remember?
Shoulders, knees, and toes.
They just give you an okay signal. If anyone's gonna check at the best, it would be Lovette, though. Let's be honest.
Okay. So a few more seconds pass. You determine the number of magic items in the room, and the number is a bunch.
Is the room magical?
A few more seconds later, the door is enchanted as well as the room, and you're not sure exactly why, like what the enchantment to do.
Sure, but I've got a pretty good idea. All right.
It's likely either to stop someone from teleporting in to steal stuff. Probably is the reason. It's likely just like protection spells on the room, maybe anti-scrying spells, things like that. What I would consider like decent magical security.
Right.
Is
That's
on the room. Yeah, which is again it would be expected of a place like this.
Yeah. All right. Well, so we're looking through these magic items,
I mean, you're still in the hallway as far as I know.
and I enter.
All right. Lovette walks into the room, and it is piled full of stuff. There are magic items of various types. There's piles of money. It is a straight up it is a vault. This is crazy. Like you've not seen this much wealth in one place before.
So are you, and I address this to the noble, are you going to count it out for us? It seems that...
Oh, we'll count the money out later.
This
But if you want to pick a magic
items?
yeah, if you want to pick out the magic items, feel free.
Just the items.
Petravian, can you stand out here for a moment while the rest of us look, and then you'll go in, okay?
And Petravian motions, nods, and says, "You pick one out for me."
Riz will go in and look.
You have a nice conversation with this noble here. Wink.
You tell the man with no tongue.
Yes. Wink. It's
So-
how we joke, I'll say to the noble. And Kurla will walk into the vault as well.
Okay. So the noble looks at Petravian confused. He's like, are you not interested in selecting an item?
I'm grabbing one for him. Don't worry, darling. I do these things for him.
He's got a thing about enclosed spaces.
It's not a very small vault.
He's got a thing
pretty
about
big room,
enclosed
actually.
large spaces. He's got a thing about large spaces.
It's more about the doors. Large, heavy metal doors. It's an anxiety related to the tongue incident. I will not say more. I wish not to embarrass him.
All right. So you don't talk, do you?
He just blinks.
Well played.
Interesting.
All right, we're going through these magical items.
So yeah, perception
you know.
check, appraisal, what?
Anyway, suppose we'll just sort of stand out here awkwardly for a while your friends look around in the treasure trove on your behalf, as you kind of just stand here like a strange mute. Yeah.
Don't mind him. He's great
Sort
at
of.
parties.
Stand here and enjoy our time together. Yep.
Meanwhile, we're looking through the item.
Yeah, are we allowed to do that?
Yeah. So, meanwhile, in the room, you guys are looking around at the items, and there's a large collection of stuff in here. And as you're in the room, the large metal doors are going to shut.
Of course.
What is Petravian doing?
Petravian turns
we're not
to
gonna,
the...
up. We're not gonna
Okay.
go out there yet. We're gonna stay in the room.
Okay.
That's supposed to
That's a-
happen.
That's a little ominous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's keep looking through these. All right, what's this? And this.
Is there any good stuff?
All right, I'm gonna start looking at the doors more closely from an engineering standpoint.
Okay. The doors appear to be magical in nature, not mechanical in nature. If that helps.
I mean,
Probably
they're
doesn't.
doors. They're held by hinges, are they not?
No, they slide out from the wall.
I see. Okay.
Um,
Well, then I'll do spellcraft.
Sure, go ahead with the spellcraft. I'll take it. Okay. It's being held in place, and there is an abjuration spell on pretty much the entire room that's active right now. It doesn't allow entry or exit from the room.
Alright, I think this might be my first. Yeah.
So what's this item?
I mean, I'll look at them. I'll just fucking spellcraft things as we go through them.
Why are you bringing in the creepy music? Stop it!
Okay, fine. So you are you look around, and there is a large collection of items. Pretty much, I would call it a miscellaneous collection of items, because I'm not going to go into detailing every single thing in here, because that would be insane.
Right.
What I will say is, if you want to select an item that has a price tag of, say, 15,000 gold or less, feel free to submit that over between now and next session.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Thank you.
of something you want to nab in here, and
Assuming we ever get out.
Yeah, of course.
All right. Now you can put in the creepy music. I just wanted to be able to peacefully appraise and look at things without feeling dread. You can throw it in. It's fine.
Is there anything worth less than 15,000 gold that's really good against abjuration spells specifically made for locking up magical vaults?
Nah, nothing
Damn.
like that.
Okay, grab the item, stash
You
it
get
away.
this-
I grab one for
You get this.
Petravian.
That's fair. You get the sense that there's not airflow in this room.
I'm going to start oscillating.
What's that?
I'm going to start my oscillating phase generator.
Wonderful. All right.
Because it
Lovette
wasn't used
begins to
today.
Correct.
Lovette
Kurla-
begins oscillating.
Kurla noticing the air getting a little bit thinner, which I assume I do. You just said that I do, but do we
Yeah,
need to do a
it's
perception check
becoming
on that?
stale in here.
Okay, Kurla will wave their fingers as if they're snapping them, but they're not going to be rude enough. But they'll do that motion in front of Riz's face to give them an air bubble, and then they will cast air bubble again for themselves to give them a quote small pocket of breathable air that surrounds the touch creature's head. Well,
For how long?
touched. Only for 16 minutes, unfortunately.
Okay.
All right.
What's Lovette doing?
I'm going to touch the door.
It sort of burns as you touch it. Like it seems like it's resisting your ability to pass through it.
Please, all those things burning my hands.
I think we might be in trouble here, folks. What are we going to do?
We could
Yeah,
both
nothing.
try to dispel the magic.
All right. You want to try that together?
Yes,
I think that's in both of our bags of tricks.
got at least 3 for today.
All right.
Magical, isn't it?
On 3 then, and Kurla will raise their hands and begin doing the motions that let them summon.
Riz is bringing
That
in their
particular magic.
glyphs.
Okay.
Alright.
So I guess light and glyphs will start emanating at the same time as they cast
Yep.
dispel magic simultaneously.
So
if
you
that-
count down 3,
3, 2.
2, 1.
Are we doing it on 3 or?
And then as you're getting to 1, the doors slide open.
Oh, okay.
Damn. Sorry, everyone. These doors, they stick sometimes. Truly. That's embarrassing. Did you find everything you were looking for in there?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it's really
Oh.
fascinating here.
I found a great item that I'll tell you all about in 2 weeks.
I found something for you, Petravian, and Riz will just hop out and hand it to him. There you go, darling.
May I refund that spell slot, please?
No.
Fuck it.
Fair enough.
I have
Yeah,
3
you're-
spells for the day. Fuck it.
I'm like, you kidding me? I got 1 oscillation. I'm very quietly seething over here.
Terribly sorry. This door it gets jammed sometimes, and sometimes it seems to have a mind of its own.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I do apologize.
This feels like a rather important facility for such a thing. You might want to get that figured out.
Truly, that would be bad.
I mean, if
It would
it's
be
the
very
worst.
unfortunate if they locked all your money away permanently forever with no way of getting free.
Would our faces be red, huh? Well,
Yeah.
let's cut you out that gold, shall we?
Mm-hmm.
So, him and his aides will come in, then they've got the money pretty much blocked out into certain denominations, and within a little bit of time, they're going to go ahead and count out 500,000 gold, I believe is what it was. 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, and then 500,000 gold. So, they will get 500,000 gold in a number of chests. Each chest has 100,000 gold in it. They stack these 5 up, and then, servants will come in to move them on these larger carts.
Wasn't it
And
200,000 each? Because he said 100,000 plus a 100,000.
It wasn't 200,000 each. It was an extra bonus of 100,000.
Divided
Okay.
4 ways.
yeah,
Thank
so it is
you.
which
I'm
still
not
could
very
be-
good at math.
Or
you're
give it
fine.
to the other member of the party.
Yes. Yeah.
Yep.
That's also an option.
Wink. So that way, 5 members of the party, 100,000 each, whatever. But y'all do it how you want to do it. If you want to snub Vera, that's on you.
Or the person who got rid of the stuff, they could get that whole entire thing.
That's true.
Right.
But I mean, Vera also had the importance of self-discovery and completing their art.
that's
So,
its own reward,
Maybe maybe
I
that
just love the-
self-discovery
yeah,
is
what
its
would
own
Vera
reward.
do?
Maybe that
With-
self-discovery is worth 500,000.
600,000.
Mhm.
What would Vera do with 600,000 gold?
Give it
Give
to
it all
the
to the
hive.
hive.
We get back to Vin, and the hive is its own fucking city.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the money to each of your character sheets, if that's okay.
Yes, please do.
Yep.
Please.
Okay, so I will go ahead and do that. Don't worry about changing it yourselves.
Because it doesn't let
I'll
us
see.
change it ourselves now.
Oh, it doesn't? Oh, good.
Wait,
Oh,
what,
excellent.
really?
All right.
Mine does.
Mine doesn't.
That's odd. No, but like I said, I'll take care of that, so don't worry.
Thank you, DM Daddy.
Anyways, so you guys are at this point. The nobles are pretty happy to, happily, with your service, or happily done with your services at this point. They say that they'll refer you to anyone they know if they're looking for anyone that, can help them with any kind of various problem.
No,
Is there anyone else you want to seek out while you're in this estate?
Taeli. Starts with a V, I don't know.
If only there was
Okay.
a wiki that had it on there. Shameless plug.
I
Oh,
would love
that's
to
fast.
check the wiki if my screens were not occupying
I-
presenting the stream.
I
didn't
figured.
realize you
I
were
just
moving
wanted
that
to do the shameless plug. That's all. Shameless plug.
Damn, friend.
But yeah, we're gonna ask for Taeli.
And then once
Excellent.
we're done with her, I'm gonna look for the priest of Shamish.
Okay. So, you guys will eventually find, after having asked, and you will find without really much problem, one Taeli Vianney. And you'll meet her in the ballroom, where it seems to be a nice, convenient place to meet people, because it's kind of a middle ground on the 3rd floor of the building. And Taeli will, arrive and see what's going on.
Question, Beardy.
Yeah.
Does this take longer than 16 minutes to get from where we were just chatting and getting the money and to meeting
Yes.
Taeli?
Yeah.
Okay, so the weird air bubbles around our heads will
they're
have
gone.
dispersed by.
You can also dismiss those at any time.
I'm not sure
You
Kurla
don't
would
want a
have.
spaceman helmet everywhere you go.
It just would have been a fun conversation, but okay, cool. Cool.
I think the counting part would have taken a bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, the counting of gold
One.
takes a while, so.
2. This is how I count money.
This is 3 days later.
So Taeli Vianney will arrive again,
No.
and she'll come in and say, "Oh, I heard the news that you managed to not only find, well, you managed to save the whole city.
Great.
So much better than I ever expected. I'm so glad that you're all safe."
Well, thank you. And we did find what you were looking for.
Why was
Truly?
the heart of the swarm in your house?
I don't know.
You don't?
She shakes
Sense
I
his
would
head.
like to fucking sense motive that bullshit.
Yeah, even I'm gonna sense motive on that one.
I'm not very good at
At
it.
the same time, I'd like to detect desires.
43!
26.
You're much better at it.
That's 'cause I
Okay.
got a
I'm like,
19.
yeah, seems legit.
A 43 risen. You have a feeling she has no idea. She doesn't know why it was in her house.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Lovette's. I got a 14. Lovette's here, like, maybe this isn't Vera's mom. Am I just weird? Maybe Silver Eyes are super normal and I just don't know that many elves.
I see. Well, Lovette, the box.
The day it all happened, I wasn't home.
Oh,
I'm not sure why it was centralized in my house.
you don't know
Where
why this realm called at all?
where were you, if I may ask?
Oh, I was visiting a friend at another house, but it's a good thing I wasn't there, I suppose. Most of my family didn't make it.
You had other family there?
Mm-hmm. Mother and father lived there.
Yes, yeah.
I
But
just
anyway,
look at-
here's the box.
So what?
Here is the box.
Oh, thank you so much. She takes it,
Was it
and
mended?
she very carefully
Yeah.
What?
We mended it beforehand.
Oh, yeah. She very carefully takes out a key that she had, like, concealed, and she opens it up. She looks at it, and she sees this bundle of letters, and you see, like, tears forming in the corners of her eyes. She'll take the little bundle out, and she'll take one of the letters out. She'll hold it to her face and kind of smell it. And then she's going to open it up and take out this long gold necklace out of one of the letters and put it on. It appears to look like a golden talon, I believe.
So that was in like one of the envelopes?
Mm-hmm, it was in one of the envelopes, yeah.
What?
So it's a golden talon necklace. And she puts it on and kind of like holds it and looks at it, and she's crying at this point.
May I ask the sentimentality of this? Do you need a hug? What do you...
You need a moment alone?
Yeah, what do you need?
Didn't mean to distress you.
No, I never thought I would see this again.
Go on.
It belonged to someone that I miss very dearly.
You do.
Yes.
Right.
I'm sorry. I am so flustered in the moment. What was the agreed upon payment?
I don't think we agreed on anything.
I think she just said we'd be rewarded. I don't think there was an agreed upon like reward.
You don't need to worry about it.
How about the
In
story?
that case,
Yes.
a story?
About the necklace and the letters.
She looks a little worried for a second, and then looks kind of one side into the other.
We have somewhere more private to talk if you would prefer.
We're relatively alone here, and it's not like all that many people are going to care anymore. It's been so long. I'll tell you. It's been a while since I've said these words, so forgive me for maybe telling this a little out of order.
Xeno.
When I was younger, I met a man who was unlike anyone I'd ever known. He was funny and confident and knew how to get into places that he never should have gotten into. And I fell for him. I couldn't help it. He was just so charming and foolish and exactly what I needed in my life at the time. And he was incredibly different than anyone I'd ever known. And before I knew it, he and I... well... there were 3 of us after a short time, if you catch my drift. But things can only be kept secret for so long. And before too long, my family found out and decided that it was best to keep them at arm's length for some time to prevent shame to the family, that sort of thing. They said it would only be for a few years until little Laecia was old enough. And then we could bring her back and say that she was a distant cousin or something. And I said that was fine, and I wrote letters every day. And I got letters back, and she holds up the box, and I cherished every single one. And then they stopped. and I never knew why.
You have
Thank
no
you for
idea?
bringing these back.
Why?
She shakes her head.
Have you ever spoken to your child since then?
She was only a year old when she left.
Lovette's eyes are like saucers.
She's just like, I'm so sad. Do you want to?
What?
I mean, we did a bit, we got rid of the box and so we could, I don't know, we do crazy things, it may happen.
I don't even know if she's even alive anymore.
Well, just saying in a hypothetical sense.
I'm a fortune teller.
Yeah,
I can
that.
find things very easily sometimes.
It's the fortune telling thing, that's the reason we would know.
Just looks at Lovette like, I'm saving you right now. I hope you understand.
Lovette's too invested in this right now to even catch on.
I'm not really sure if... I've never had a fortune read. I'm not sure what to expect.
It doesn't hurt, I can tell you that much. They're very good. Kurla will just sort of give a nod towards Riz.
Alright, what do I need to do? How does this work?
Well... I can give you your fortune right now. It just... You know, I've kind of noticed there's some, like, really weird magic around the area. It would be better if it was outside of town.
Outside of town?
Yeah, just around the barrier. There's so much magic in here, you have no idea. It's just
And that-
my easier connection to connect with the gods. Of course, you would be able to come back. It's your home, obviously.
Huh.
Have you never been outside the wilds?
Oh, I have a few times. I mean, it's not that crazy. It's just a little bit strange to be doing that sort of just
I'm
out
just
of nowhere.
saying it's more effective. I have a special power to kind of make things happen, actually. If they are around.
Oh, sounds interesting. All right.
It's very weird, trust me, but if you want the results, I'm very good at getting them.
You're out of fate points.
Yeah, I know. We still probably have a day to... Look, I'm not actually gonna do this, like, physically. I'm gonna have
bullshitting.
I'm gonna have Lovette send a fucking message to be like, alright, we're outside of the city. You dumb bitch.
When you do... Okay,
Oh, is that the message I'm sending? Okay. That's probably smarter than what I was going to send.
What were you gonna do?
Well, I'll tell you what I was going to send after.
Oh my god. So, you know, just that. You think I was gonna fucking actually do that? No, I'm gonna make shit happen. What kind of charlatan do you think I am, Beardy?
We're gonna get this poor woman
best
killed.
charlatan.
No.
Sure. Okay. Well, lead on, I guess.
Alright. Riz will offer their hand if she wants it. Just kind of like a respectful, like, oh, I'll help you down steps or whatever. I don't know,
I
she's
assure
wearing
you
a
I'm not-
dress.
I assure you I'm quite capable. I'm not that old, am I?
No, it's not old. I used to serve someone who was a noble when I was younger.
Oh, well, I don't need that kind of doting, truly.
Okay. But Riz is gonna oh no, that's verbal. They're gonna kind of go ahead, leading the way, and they'll kind of grab Lovette a little to like hurry them ahead. I need you to send a message to Vera. being like, hey, we're out of the fortress right now. When we get outside, like, enough far away. Deal? You are muted. I cannot hear you.
Okay, yeah, I was going to send her a message. I think that makes more sense than what I was.
Okay, cool.
I wasn't really thinking. I was just kind of panicked.
She's gonna be
I was-
really pissed, but I've got Cold Monster and I've got Charm Monster. So
I'll take. I mean, if she's mad at us, I'd take the save
I'm-
40 for sleep.
I'm fine. No, I'll do it. Don't worry. I
mean,
don't
no,
care
I was
if I'm the
pushing
bad
for it
guy.
last time.
Okay. We'll both do it. Fuck it. Alright.
Well,
And we make our way outside of the walls far enough to where no one can see us.
Okay,
It's
so
not suspicious at all.
No.
So Taeli is going to follow you guys, and you're heading out the main gates of the town.
Yep. There are no
Oh.
other gates as far as I know.
Very
There's only the
badly
main
designed.
gates, yeah. Very weird design city, one gate. So you take the Vardo with you, or you leave the Vardo behind?
I'm gonna leave the Vardo behind because I'm
Okay.
going back to deal with the Shamish priest anyways.
Okay.
So
Cool.
it's
Do we have
also
any
to not seem suspicious because it's like, oh, my home's still here, so don't worry about it. I have to come back in, obviously.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, in that case, the 5 of you leave the town, and Taeli kind of eventually asks, so how far from the town do we have to be for this
Oh,
to
we're
work?
almost there.
Yeah, well,
She's
yeah.
beginning to look a little bit scared.
Yeah,
So this is a bad idea.
I'm not gonna help that because I'm gonna
Oh, you're looking
summon
for
Archie.
package.
Oh God.
I'm
Okay.
gonna do it away from her. I'm not gonna have him like standing right next to her, but I need
A
something.
21-foot tall machine bursts forth from the ground.
Jesus.
I like
Feed
I
me
roll
your
it, but-
mothers.
All right. Riz takes
and
her hand
the-
to kind of surprise her and just be like, all right, this should be good enough. Just checking
what?
that no one can
What's-
see them.
What's going on? What is that?
That's Lovette's friend. She's an engineer. She made that.
Okay.
But it's not.
I think I should be getting back home now. Truly, this may have been a mistake.
I'm casting sending to Vera.
Okay.
Saying, Vera, we're on the whichever side we're on, so southeast or whatever wall. Just look for Archie, and you'll find us in no time.
Now, do you like say that into your wrist?
No, I type it.
You
I have
type
a little
it,
like
okay.
typewriter.
All right. Okay.
I think Kurla by this point will have cottoned on to what's about to happen, and it's going to sort of say under their breath to Petravian, right, you might want to get ready to hold monster, if you know what I mean, if shit goes sideways. Right.
So,
do you
Rizzle
do
put
like
up glyphs, and they're pretty much doing like cantrips to kind of make it look like
Oh.
magic is happening.
Do you read with like a deck of cards or dice or runes?
I do all sorts of things. Give me your hand.
And- All right. She holds a hand out to you.
And Riz will pull out a couple of rune stones and lay them on her hand. Flip them over one by one. And they'll start explaining each one. And they're glancing at Lovette here and there for like a signal of some kind.
Okay. So my question is, does Vera come right away?
Yes, Vera will go straight to where
Okay.
there with Archie.
So Vera, I'll set the scene. You see Archibald, the rest of the party, and a well-dressed elven woman wearing a blue dress with red hair, talking with Riz.
See the rat-sized dragonfly at any point before it's like too close, I'm gonna tell Archie, even if it's probably too late, to like stand in the way of her so that Vera doesn't see right away. Be like, oh, come here.
You're good. You're good.
Okay.
So what would you like to do, Vera?
Well, in that case, if Vera can't see this elf,
Well, I mean, that's going to be almost impossible for them to block.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah,
Lovette's gonna
for you.
try, but the fact of the matter is, she's probably going to see the dragonfly.
And you have no idea
well
which
after
direction
she does.
Vera's coming from. So I'll let the dice decide actually.
in that,
So
okay.
Xeno, roll a d20.
You got it. D20?
Yeah.
It's a 15.
Okay, yeah, you approach from a direction where you can see Taeli.
All right, so Vera's going to then land on like some kind of stone or something next to the party. It's a big ass fucking dragonfly,
Mm-hmm.
just looking at you, looking between all y'all. This fucking elf.
Okay, wake up! Do the thing! Come on!
Who are you
Please.
talking to?
The dragonfly.
Oh,
The
okay.
big fat dragonfly sitting on a rock. Like a not crazy person.
So Taeli is sort of enraptured by this rune telling and doesn't notice the dragonfly behind her.
So
Okay,
The
that
bee.
sounds good, right? That's good, right?
Yes, this is very good. I think you'll be able to meet your child soon. Now, could
Really?
you tell me one last time? This helps kind of solidify the fortune so that your heart's in it. Tell me
Okay.
once more about the circumstances of your love and how you did not know such and such. You have to say it. I cannot, because it won't. It doesn't work the same.
Oh, all right. That my love and my daughter were both sent away when I was younger, when she was barely born, less than a year old. And she'll go on to tell the end of the story where they were forced to leave, and she wrote letters, and eventually the letters stopped. And how she holds up the golden talon necklace in her hand, and she says, "This is the last thing I have from him, and I'll cherish it for the rest of my life."
Alright, so there'll be a fluttering from Vera's wings as right before she transforms into her half-elf form.
My dear, I believe your
Yes?
fortune has come true. And Riz will just move and have a sweeping arm to Vera.
Taeli looks confused and turns around, and Vera, you see a half-elf woman who looks to be about a full elf. What did I say? Full-blooded elf
High
woman.
elf.
High elf. That is about middle age, with red hair, stunning good looks, and silver eyes that look exactly like your own. She looks at you and is startled for a moment in recognition, and the two of you stare in silence for just a moment before we fade to black.
Oh!
Nicely done.
Thanks for listening. As always, special thanks to William Succi and Andreas Pichler for the intro and outro themes, and Emily Roll for Fantasy for this episode soundtrack. Interested in following us on social media? Follow us on Twitter at CheckPleaseDND. Or want to support the podcast and be part of the Czech Republic? Go to our Patreon under the Czech Republic. Until next time.